There it is. There it is. There it is right there. Very good, sir. What's up,
Amazon is sending it to you, darling.
Can't wait.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get more lively.
My God.
They're fighting, man.
Holy cow.
Jesus Christ.
Jeffrey, I say we gotta keep the show running for a long time now, right?
Yeah, right?
Formally, I'd like to congratulate your new sergeant, Jeffrey Gamer.
What?
You just got sergeant, bro.
Are you serious?
Yo, man. That's so
Wow, man. Holy shit. To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Baskin.
Here we go. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Go to it! Go to it! Go to it! But fucking go, boy! Go!
Wow.
Go!
I really appreciate you guys having me on here, man, and I look forward to the podcast next week.
Absolutely,
Talking more with you guys.
Yeah,
Talking
man.
to you guys, but this was a great opportunity, man, and I'm very blessed to have definitely be able to get in contact with you guys. It's awesome.
Niche. You know what? English. Who cares? What are you laughing at, CJ?
My wife sent me something, man.
She's always sending him something when she tries to get him to laugh on camera.
I think she does it on purpose. Uh-oh, I think you got your work cut out for you, brother.
Be prepared.
No, guys, thank you very much. Cookies, Criminal Justice, Jeffrey Gamer, thank you guys very much for having me. It's been an absolute blast. We've gone way over time, but, you know, time flies when you are having fun.
What's going on, everybody? I know. There's no camera there for some reason. Not sure why that's working. You gotta love Streamlabs. Y'all are looking at a dark screen. So I don't know why this isn't working. This is crazy. This is nuts. This is so listen, we're still gonna go through the chat, okay? We're gonna go through the chat. I'll get this fixed for next time around. This is not a noob thing. This is not my fault. I clicked the button. King Crane. I clicked the button. Not sure why it doesn't want to work. Holy cow. King Crane. Now, don't worry. When we get into the show, you're going to be able to see everybody. You just can't see my beautiful face pre-show. King Crane. I'm going to subscribe to you. King Crane. 2.7 million subscribers, man. Congratulations on your success with your channel. Holy cow, man. King Crane, let's go through the chat real quick so we can get to Anton. We got Wallbanger. Big shout out to all the sponsors in the channel. You can't see me right now, but I'm giving you a big round of applause. This really sucks that this camera doesn't come on. I've had I gotta get this thing working again. We gotta get this working again. Not right now. I'll work on it. I'll fix it. But shit, 2.7 million subscribers. We got royalty in the chat, y'all. And we got royalty as a guest today. GMAntonZ. It's gonna be a blast. Wallbangers here. Crossy Place. Sergeant John Fox. Zenu's here. Melissa Fisher. Hello, Melissa. I believe that's Is that Crossy's wife? I believe. Cody Chapman, how you doing? David Cooper Ryder. Hello. How are you? Matt West Gaming is here. Gamertron, the Mexican is here. B9Bot is here. Good, funny Deshaun Williams is also here. Dom Mitch is here. Ken Smith is here. NTK Hulk. King Crane again. Hello, welcome. Mexican flexing that 19-month membership. There's the beautiful Miss Gamer right there. There's the wife right there. Hello, love. Benzo is here. What's up, Benzo? How you doing, brother? Benjamin's here. Drake Sullivan's here. Holy cow. Zeno, Supreme Canadian, is also here. All right, y'all. Usually I would stick around and talk a little more, but you're staring at a black screen while listening to me. Let's just get into the studio, okay? Let's just get into the studio, and let's get this popping with Anton Z. Okay, let's get in there. What's up, Black Panther? Again, let me just say, I do not deafen the show anymore to talk to the chat. So if you put a comment or a question up, and I'll see them all, but I might not be able to respond to them all. But if you have questions for Anton, please put them in the chat. And if I can't get to the question right away, keep putting that question in there until I get to it. I will get to it, I promise you. Okay, let's get into the studio.
Dig watching LSPDFR roleplay? Want to run with the big dogs? Well, here's your chance to on.
What's the excuse? What is it? Go ahead.
Meet the gamers. And now to the man with the plan, Jeffrey Gamer, and the gamers sang.
Studio down and then just rebuild it, because there were some floors that were being replaced in here, so you had to like move everything out. So now that it's all put back together, there's a couple of changes that I still want to make, and then I'm probably going to put together the studio tour, and because I know people want to see it, right? It's a little bit different.
We want to see
last
it.
time.
Because you moved to a new house, right? Like
we
I
did,
remember
yeah,
seeing
yeah.
a picture of your entire studio in boxes, like it was all
Yes.
boxed up. I don't know if I've seen it on Instagram, or do you have an Instagram, or was it on YouTube?
Yeah, I do. I don't really post anything on there, but it's probably Twitter or the community posts. You saw it.
Maybe it was, but everything was like there was so many boxes. It was-
Yeah,
was
yeah,
so
that
much.
was. It took me about, it took like almost a week, I think, to get everything going and get everything set up because
Wow.
we moved into a new house, so I literally packed everything into boxes and then brought it over here and then had to figure it all out and get everything connected back up again, and it was just a huge mess. It's, obviously new space and new layout and new sort of everything, and you're like playing around with camera angles, trying to figure out,
Right.
where am I looking? Am I looking there? Am I looking over here? Am I looking, right? So there's like a lot of that stuff going on, but yeah, it all came together more or less at the end. So no complaints.
You still got your Legos?
The Legos are still back there.
Yes,
They're
I
still
love the
being-
Legos,
still-
man. I love
still
them.
good. They're still
do
behind
too.
me. Kind of,
that backdrop is pretty sweet.
It
man.
really
I
is.
like your Star Trek poster you got back there. I used to watch
Yeah,
Star Trek back in the day.
So I've been actually thinking, and maybe you guys tell me your opinion. What if I replace the Star Trek poster? I wanted to maybe get like a giant GMAntonZ logo done out of plastic or whatever it is, and like hang it on the wall. It'd be like a 3D.
I think a Meet the
cutout or
Gamers poster would look better back there.
whatever.
That's just me. No, I think that would be awesome, dude. I know, really. I think
That's
that
a
would
good
be.
idea.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe doing like the logo in the background. I mean, I like the poster. I like Star Trek, right? It's not like I just randomly put a Star Trek poster back there. I do like Star Trek. So I was thinking maybe replacing that with the GMAntonZ logo. I don't know. I'm kind of. What does your audience think? Should I put the logo up?
What do y'all
What do you
think?
guys
Star
think?
Trek poster.
I think the Star Trek definitely adds a different touch to it. I mean,
A little bit
to
personality,
be a
right?
Star Trek fan, you got to be a diehard nerd, right? Because I watched Star Trek back in the day. But I think the GM Anton logo would look pretty awesome back then. I think everybody would want to see that. I think so. Everybody in my chat saying yes.
Going back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of keep going back and forth. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to put it up there. I don't know. I'll see. Maybe
Everybody's
this year
saying,
I'll-
yeah. Everybody's saying the logo.
Everybody-
The Mexican says, put a Mexican logo up there.
Well, listen, I'm sure we can arrange something for a very small sponsorship fee of
There you go.
$20,000 a month.
Oh, shit.
That's it.
I was going to say, I'll jump in on that. He said 20,000 a month. All right. Maybe next
Okay,
year.
fine.
We'll circle back.
I want greedy. 19,000.
So I did want to ask you, Anton, at the amount of subscribers that you're at right now, are you still working your regular job, or are you doing YouTube full time now?
I'm still working my regular job.
Yeah.
I still am. It's always kind of you're always thinking, I guess, right? When is the time to move, right? But yeah, I'm still working my regular job.
Do you
right?
feel?
But, I think
Do you feel YouTube isn't stable enough? Like, do you ever have that fear of what if just YouTube shit? Not your channel in particular, but YouTube as a whole. Like, what if they get sold out, or they go a different route, or does YouTube? I always think this myself because I would love to be able to leave my job. I understand you enjoy what you do, correct? As far as your Monday through Friday 9 to 5, you enjoy it. I don't. So but I've been there for 19 years, so I'm vested. I'm not going to leave there, right?
Yeah.
So I would love to absolutely do this full time, but I have that fear of, is YouTube stable enough? Because I've got a wife, I've got 4 kids, I've got a house, 3 cars. There's bills, So
a lot of responsibilities.
do you ever have that thought? Do you ever have that thought?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not concerned about YouTube itself. I mean, YouTube is a huge entity. Even if Google sold it off, if it went somewhere, I don't think YouTube is gonna disappear overnight, unless there's, I don't know, some sort of a worldwide event, comet hits the planet, then we're all dead anyway, so who cares? But
Yeah, I think that too.
Right, But so from that perspective, I'm not too concerned about like YouTube disappearing one night. What I am sort of concerned about, or what what I do think about sometimes is and you mentioned it. It's your channel, right? Because I've seen it actually, a few times where channels do really, really good, and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, the algorithm decides to kill them off, essentially, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And not to pick on anybody, but Iggy Fresh is another popular GTA 5 YouTuber. He did a lot of various videos, and he grew his channel to 1 million, and then once he hit 1 million, YouTube sort of killed it, and he's been really struggling, and and I've talked to him a few times, and he's been trying different things to kind of get the views back up, but essentially it was kind of overnight, almost somebody turned off the switch.
Why?
And all
But
of a
why
sudden,
though?
Wow.
That's the thing. No one knows, right? He doesn't know, right?
You would think
no
that
one really
YouTube,
knows.
with 1 million subscribers, you would think YouTube would push.
Right,
The more
right.
you make, the more we make, the more viewers, the more, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah, and he's tried so many different things, and he even went into different videos and moved away from GTA 5 to even just try something else, right? To just try to kind of climb out of that hole, and it's been very difficult for him, and he's still plugging away every day. But that's I guess the scariest part. It's you're sort of ruled by the algorithm, and then you're at the mercy of the algorithm. Well, you sort of hope for the best, and you hope that you don't get killed off, right? You try not to put all your eggs in one basket. Like I started my TikTok as well. So if should anything ever happen to YouTube, I guess I'm gonna be on TikTok permanently, I suppose, right? Because right now I'm doing both, right? And TikTok has been doing really, really well. I wish the TikTok algorithm was the YouTube algorithm, because on TikTok I'm coming up to 1 million followers.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So I'm I wish that was, I wish the TikTok videos, the way they get pushed is how YouTube videos would get pushed, but it's very different algorithm, right?
Maybe one, maybe it'll change. I mean, I know YouTube
you
is.
never know, right?
Yeah, they're in a beta right now, right? Me and CJ were just talking about it. They're in a beta where people can now gift memberships to your channel, like you can over on Twitch.
Yeah.
Only a few people are trying it out right now. Hello, Olivia. Hello, Charles. But
I think that actually was available on it's available on my channel now. I got a notification for that.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to activate it, or is it automatically on the channel? You got to turn it on.
It was automatically for me, right? My partner manager let me know about it, right? So, because once you kind of get into a bigger channel, you do get to work with the YouTube partner manager. You can get invited into their program.
Shit.
So
These
so
big
I do
dogs he did. I'm telling you, man, I can't wait to get to that level. You know what I mean?
Trust me, it sounds a lot better than it actually is. Not that I want to say anything bad about it, but they're there. It's not like it's some sort of a secret back door, unfortunately, right?
Yeah. So what is it, 100K? If you hit 100K, or is it high? Because you're at 270,
coming up to 250.
250,
right now,
248,
yeah.
240. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I got it shortly after I hit 100K. I think it's in by invite only, so they look at a number of criteria. You being 100K plus is one of it, and then they look at your growth and your I guess your views that you get and the engagement that you get. So basically, if they see that you're a good active channel with a lot of potential, they essentially will invite you into this program where you do get assigned a YouTube employee called your partner manager. And then they will, you can engage with them on a regular basis, and they can, invite you into betas and stuff. And then if you have any sort of support questions, instead of going to YouTube support black hole, you can actually go directly to them, and they'll be able at least to help you out. You actually have an actual person you can talk to.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Right? So yeah, so I think most bigger channels do get that, and then sometimes they'll end up only inviting you for a little bit, and then they might take a bit of a break and then invite you again, right? It's I think it's on a 6-month term basically, but I've just been in it ever since I got invited, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's nice having a person that you can actually chat with, right? If something happens, I really just find
cool,
escalations, right?
It's free.
Good, and it's completely free, right?
Yeah.
So.
Hey, what's up, Sheriff? JT the Philly
it's
Gangsters
actually
up in the
somebody
house?
from YouTube. I had a question for you from Olivia. She said, "What car packs does Anton use for LSPDFR?" I said, "It's a good question. He uses a lot of different car packs, but that's your question to answer." So,
yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's funny because in videos, I sort of moved away from like the typical LSPDFR content in like videos and stuff. So
Yeah.
I actually stopped switching out cars in videos. I pretty much have like one car pack that I use in all my episodes, because the episodes themselves are no longer about the cars and no longer about necessarily doing a police patrol, right? If it is a police episode, it's usually, somewhat, loosely around the cops and stuff, but it's like based around a story essentially. Like the last one was me upgrading FBI cars, right?
So they were like scripted, right? You've got scripted episodes where not scripted, but you have an idea. They are scripted. Okay, yeah. Because you're watching like you're driving a tow truck up to the top of Mount Chiliad, or one of my favorite ones was the blimp, flying the blimp through the city. Oh my God, that was
the Uber.
Yes, the Uber. Yeah, that was one of my favorite episodes ever. Was that one right there?
Yeah, that's an older one. I should redo that one. That was an
You should.
That was good. I remember him taking the guy to his destination, or trying to get there, and Andon had to bring the blimp down between trees,
and it blew up. It blew up. Yeah. It was the same one that I saw, man.
Was that planned, or did that just happen?
I think if I go back to, like, I didn't script it out as much back then, if any. So I would imagine that I probably still had an idea in my mind, like, oh yeah, that's what I sort of want to happen in the episode. So I'm guessing it was probably planned. But now it's like pretty much 98% of the episode is scripted. Sometimes as I'm filming, I'll come up with something like, oh, I should say this line, or I should do this, right? But for the most part, like 98% of it is written out. Like I have the script.
The other 2% is kind of rolling with the
basically,
chat,
right? Because like something might happen in the video. Maybe I ran somebody over, so I'll make a comment if it sort of fits within the flow of the episode.
Right.
But otherwise, the whole thing is like scripted. But that just kind of allows me, because I know then what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, what the jokes are, etc. Right.
So when you say scripted, do you sit down and do you type this stuff out and you read it as you're going along?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I sit down, I write them out. Takes it depends on the episode, but it could take me around 2 hours usually to write one.
But then you've got your recording and your editing, because I know you do a lot of serious editing. Like your videos are really edited.
They are.
That's what people get like really taken aback, fascinated about. Like a lot of people don't realize how much time and effort goes into it, right? It takes about 2 hours to write the episode on average. And that's because, I'm trying to come up with like the story. I'm trying to I know usually what I want to do in the episode. Like if I'm upgrading FBI cars, I know that I'm going to have to upgrade one car to the next car. But then it's like figuring out, okay, what am I upgrading from, and to, and to, and to, and to again? And then how does that fit within the story? Like what's going to happen? How do we get there? How do I become an FBI agent? How do I get to the cars? Why do I have to upgrade them? And then sort of what happens at the very end, right? And then the jokes, what are the jokes going to be in between, right? What are some of those, funny, silly moments, right? When I'm, pooping in the toilet and Karen catches me, stuff like that, right? Like, so, it takes about 2 hours to just kind of come up with it and write it. And sometimes I will go into the game and actually like sort of use the game as inspiration and maybe like fly around, look at different interiors or whatever it is to try to come up with ideas. A lot of times I'll just sort of even write it and just kind of try to like come up with the stuff off the top of my head, but like at the same time it's sort of weird, like knowing where I'm going to be in the game. Like I almost envision the camera shots, like, oh yeah, I'm going to be inside the police station, I'm going to be walking through the doors, Sarge is going to be standing right there. So as I'm writing this, I kind of like envision what it's going to look like already. And it's sort of creepy that I know so much about GTA 5 that I could actually write an episode without even opening the game up and have all of these different locations and vehicles and all of that stuff, right?
Yep.
And then it takes about usually a good 3 to 4 hours to film.
Yeah, it's
an episode.
There's a lot of work. I think that's where a lot of people don't, what the fans don't see with what we do is there's so much time that goes into not just recording and editing and making a thumbnail and uploading, but thinking about what you're going to do in that episode. I think that's probably the more, I guess I would say, if there was any stressful part, it would be the thought process of what you're going to do in the video.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it, there's a lot.
Oh yeah. I definitely agree with that. Like for me, that's probably the most difficult part, right? Coming up with with the, with the story, the concept, right? Because I can, I can sit down and film it once it's all ready, and then obviously the editing is a whole other ball game. But just trying to come up with like what it is that I'm doing and how it's gonna flow from the start to the end. If I can't come up with any ideas, I'm not writing it, and I guess I'm not filming anything either, right? So there's nothing to film, right? So
King
I
Crane,
can
King
definitely
Crane can
tell.
relate.
Who?
King Crane is in my chat.
is he?
Yeah, he's a big timer, huh? 2.7 million
King
subscribers.
Crane, yeah, he's a huge guy.
He says he can relate.
Yeah.
I'll have to go check out his channel. I don't even think I've ever heard of him.
Benzo
man.
says hello, Anton.
Benzo, hey,
yeah,
Benzo.
Benzo's there. And I got a question from
everybody in there.
Got a question from Baskin. A question for our lovely guest, since he writes out a script. What led him to that style of content, and why does he choose to do that rather than the typical just going in and improving? And also, are you going to live stream on Wednesdays again?
So I guess in terms of, I'll do the last question first. Live streaming on Wednesday. So I, for now, decided to stick with Saturday only live streams. Just because I want more time to focus on the episodes. Again, people don't see the behind the scenes, setting up with the live stream, right? Because again, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna go live and I'll be live for 2 hours. But then they don't see behind the scenes, especially with some of those more involved live streams. Like again, LSPDFR is LSPDFR. You can kind of do a patrol, you got some calls, etc. But like if I'm finding an abandoned aircraft with Bob and Big Valley is out there to get us, like I still have to go in there and set all of that up, right? It doesn't just magically appear in the game, right? So, and that's what people don't see, right? They don't see the hour or even up in some cases 2 hours before the live stream that it takes me to get it all set up. And if I'm if Bob called me on the phone and there's a voicemail, like I still have to go record that and and put that in so I can actually play it on the live stream, right? So anyway, I just, in terms of, time commitments and like what I want to do and focusing more on videos, right, I decided to stick with Saturday only live streams. So basically streaming once a week for now. We'll see what happens in the future. The other part of that decision was the fact that I just don't see a lot of traction with live streams. Like, I don't know about you guys, and maybe you guys can comment on that being, smaller channels, but I noticed that, especially as I got bigger, there was no traction in live streams at all for channel growth. Like all my growth, all the subscribers come from videos. Live stream.
I
agree with that. I agree with that.
I mean, the Meet the Gamer shows are, these are pretty. King Crane coming through with a $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Hey, I don't have the. Well, I do got some music actually here. It's a Banana Dance song, but the SLRP, the 5M, live streams seem to be really a lot of traction on those. Those seem to be a hot topic with the GTA 5 LSPDFR community. That real life role playing with 5M in the police officer. Is that something you ever thought about? 5M? Have you ever thought about trying it out and stuff like that?
Before, I've done some 5M playing before. I more recently, I guess maybe 6 months ago, whatever it was, there was a few videos that I put out with Iggy Fresh. We did some 5M episodes. Again, from my perspective, I've seen mixed bag of results in terms of how the videos perform. And I basically just try to focus, so going back to the first question as to why I write out my scripts and stuff, right? As I sort of evolved as a YouTuber and came up with, new ways to do videos and started, maybe writing out some of the jokes and everything, I noticed it actually played really well with the audience and everybody really enjoyed the content. So I've more or less doubled down and really try to focus on that, right? So again, when I look at what performed, what hasn't performed on my channel, the episodes that I do in the style that I do, it seems to work really well. That's not to say that, that is how it's going to be from now on, right? You never know what's going to happen in a year from now, right, etc.
You were in cuffs? Somebody just said you were in cuffs? Okay. The Mexican said that.
Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I was in cuffs. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
But that was now at this point like 4 years ago or something, I think.
My camera keeps flashing green. That's bothering. You know,
Yeah, what's going on with your camera?
I don't know. I love your video quality, right? And I got this camera. It was it's a Canon M50.
Yeah, okay.
Beautiful
I know that
camera.
one, yeah.
I could not figure out the life of me how to get it to link up to my OBS. I had capture cards, every single wire, adapter, everything I could try. I spent so much money on plugs and wires and such, and could not get this damn camera to. And it was donated to the channel by an amazing guy, Fester. His name is, and so Fester was like, "Well, give this camera a try," and it's a Nexigo. It's a beautiful 4K camera. I still have to dial it in, but ever since I hooked it up, it does this green flash, and it's only in Discord. It doesn't do it on my live streams or my OBS. It's only in Discord that it does
and
it.
I'm using the same exact camera because the same guy bought me a new desk, bought me 2 4K cameras.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
guy
and there's
has
Fester
been
right there. What's up,
extremely
Fester?
Generous to us, man. He's just an amazing
Wow, that's
guy.
very generous. That's great.
But I'm using the same camera Jeffrey's using right here, the 4K. I've got my other 4K on this side that I use for.
But yours
streams
isn't
and stuff,
flashing
but-
green. Mine is though.
Yeah, it never.
Weird.
I don't know why.
The only thing I would recommend, Jeffrey, is what you can try is instead of feeding the camera essentially directly into Discord, try going through OBS. So set up like a new scene in OBS, basically just the camera, and then use the what the heck is it called? Virtual camera. That's what I'm actually using right now. So I'm actually like going through OBS. Virtual camera, and then in Discord you just select the OBS virtual camera as your camera source, and it just picks up the OBS feed.
Oh.
Yeah, because OBS has an option for virtual camera, so you can essentially. And you can,
that's right.
You
It
can,
does.
Yeah, you can like set up. I mean, you can technically set up whatever you want. You can set up overlays if you want. You can set up, everything you want essentially in that scene because it's like you're live streaming and stuff, right?
Done deal.
And then you just stream that scene as a virtual camera,
Yeah,
and then
there it is
use
right
that
there.
as the source in Discord.
Okay.
Yeah. Virtual webcam right there. There it is. Somebody had a question for you, Anton.
Sure.
Alexander Rowe said, "Hi, Anton.
Alexander.
It is 22.27 in the UK now. How do you do the voice of Bob in GTA 5?
I just do it. It's funny because some people are like, well, Sarge sounds like the chief, and I only do like a couple of voices, right? But yeah, it's essentially just like me sitting over here, and it looks even more funny when I'm editing because it's basically I do the voices, right? So yeah, so it's like I'll be just going through my video doing whatever it is that I'm doing, right? And I'll be like, hey Bob, what's going on? And then Bob will be like, oh, I clogged the toilet again. Like, Bob, what do you mean you clogged the toilet again? I just cleaned it out. What are you talking about? Oh, I took a huge dump in there. Oh, sorry.
I told y'all it's
it's
gonna be a great.
wild to
It's
see
gonna be great.
him actually do it, and opposed to hearing the voices in his video and watching him actually do it.
Yeah,
That's so
man.
cool, man.
It
That's so
really
cool.
is.
I've heard that voice so many times watching your videos, man. Bob.
Yeah.
Right.
Sneaky sent me a message
Oh, man.
and said that King Crane would like to come in and say hello. I just thought I would ask you guys if you guys were okay with that, particularly Anton, because
Yeah.
it's your show, brother. It's,
Yeah, let's get him
all right,
over
yeah,
here.
Sneaky, bring him on in, man. King Crane
not?
coming on up. I have a question for Anton that would benefit me and CJ. We got Philips Hue lights.
Ooh.
And I know you got
Yeah.
Philips Hue lights.
Yeah.
What program do you use? Because the program I tried, I guess your computer has to be running off of Wi-Fi. Is that true?
Well, yeah. So it's hard to sort of answer the question.
And you got to get like the hub and like the bridge, right?
Yeah, you need the bridge for sure.
Yes.
If you want to do anything.
Yep, I got the
right?
bridge
So,
and.
Yeah, so the way that I basically have it set up, it's like a combination of like a couple of things. So I do have so basically at home I have like a little computer that I use like a home server for various home automations, not specifically related to like the studio. But then I also have like studio automations on there. So when I do push a button, it actually tells the home server to like turn on all these lights to certain color and stuff. But then it doesn't do animated automations, right? So for example, like if I was to do this right here, where the lights actually start changing colors all
That's
the
so
time,
cool.
right?
I want that. That's what I want, you know. But
yeah, so for this, I have to actually use I have a little phone. I used to use a tablet before, but now I just have like a little phone next to me that's always plugged in. And then the phone is an Android phone, and it uses an app called Hue Pro.
I'm getting it
Which
right now. 'Cause I
allows
love
you-
Android. I'm getting it right now as you talk.
Which allows you to create, you can create static animations as well. I just use my home server for it, but you can use Hue Pro to create static ones as well. So then the static one will be like this one that I typically use for recording videos and everything.
Oh, $2. Okay, that's shit. Done.
Yeah, and then Hue Pro, you can also set up the animated ones, right? So the static ones, like this one, never changes any colors, right? I have another one that I use for my live streams, which is this one right here, and then this one will slowly change colors in the background all the time.
And you have the one where sponsors come in and everything turns green, and then it goes right back to.
So for that one, what it actually does is it remotely sends a command to the phone to essentially activate Hue Pro, and activate a certain scene within Hue Pro.
Okay.
For those animations.
So you're pretty much just using a phone to change your lights and stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, home, like I said, a combination of home and
I already bought it.
server,
It's downloading now, so we're gonna do
Mine's-
that. Hey,
mine-
Funtown
mine-
US.
Mine was 99 cents.
Wakizi.
Did you say it was $2 for you,
Oh,
Jeffrey?
there he is. Yeah, $1.99.
Well, who do we have in here?
King.
What's going on, King
interrupting
Crane?
the call.
That's okay.
How dare you?
If you have more than 2 million subs, you're allowed to interrupt.
I don't have a cool background like GMAntonZ. I got green.
Well, you could essentially
all right.
make it
It's
anything.
green
I'm
screen.
gonna go
That,
check out your channel, man. I'm gonna go. I don't think I've ever even seen your stuff. I'm gonna go check.
Yeah,
it out. Great.
see, he has more of the stuff. See, for me, all right, I was hearing everything he was saying. It's so relatable. I seen somebody in the chat was saying, "How did you do this?" or blah blah blah. It's I fell into it. You do whatever works and you run with it. So
yeah.
for me, it's more the kiddier kind of things, cartoons and all that stuff. So just you got to nail the algorithm.
Yeah. You just got to find, like Benzo said. Benzo said that, Anton, you and him used to talk about the stuff way back in the day. And, he said that you're glad that you found your niche, right? Everybody's got to find that lane, that thread that goes all the way through the fabric. You guys have seemed to have found that. And you're, not trying to be sappy or anything, but you're what's inspiring to people like us to want to keep going and want to keep trucking every day and doing the 3-hour edits and doing the barely visible live streams and stuff like that, just hoping to catch that wave, you know what I mean? Because when I tell you I want to do this full time, it's a passion of mine to be able to do this full time, and I just can't do that right now. So hopefully one day.
Keep going.
Yeah.
You just keep going. Don't ever give up, man.
Yeah, no, I definitely
Yeah,
won't.
that's the thing. You never know what's going to happen. That's always been my approach to YouTube. You got to keep going. You never know what's going to happen. You can go live tomorrow. You can upload a video tomorrow, and it might just blow up, right? You might hit something, and
Mr. Beast could come into your chat and drop 500,000.
I mean,
it's not going to happen, but it could, right? There's that
Maybe.
0.0001% chance. Olivia says,
somewhere
King Crane,
in the
King
multiverse,
Crane.
it's
Oh my
happening.
God, King Crane. Oh my God, I love this guy. He's a legend. Olivia is a big fan of King Crane. She's very happy that you're on camera right now.
Well, thank
I
you.
just went and subbed to you, man. I just went and subbed you. I'll check out your content after the stream, man.
Appreciate it. Now,
Yeah,
let me
man.
tell y'all, Jim, he has a technical and he's up here when it comes to standards. The man has a great camera. Great. It's just so clean. I think
Yeah.
I DM'd him once and I was like, why does your game look so great?
I want
He
that
had some
camera,
more
man. And I was so bummed when the M50 when I couldn't get it to link up. I was like, man, I'm looking at his camera right now, and I mean, you look like you spent $15,000 on your camera setup alone. It's very crisp and very high grade.
That's what I liked about this camera when I came across it. I was like, oh, wow, that
What
looks
do you
really
use?
good, right? It's a Sony ZV-1.
Sony ZV-1.
Yeah.
I have a good camera too, but when you have a green screen, you can't see the focus like that. Unless
Right.
you can edit it in.
You ever think about having like a backdrop, like a like
I used to, but there's more editing opportunities with
true.
green screen.
That is true.
I didn't never have one. I didn't never want one actually, and then I just went with it because there's more editing spots. Like this part right here, you can see more. Like his block right there. I used to have the block, and I actually had an office up the road, and I had the soundproofing box, everything. I had the Philips Hue lights, like you guys were talking. I had all kinds of stuff, but I didn't have it synced up like he does. I think you have to have another piece to have it synced up.
Yeah, like when Anton, when you were speaking about your programs and that you have to link up to your whole house, I'm thinking, all right, well, that's on a totally different level than just
that's a whole other level, yeah.
That's a whole other level. I'll just stick with that app that you gave me. I'll stick with that app and I'll give that a go and figure out. I'm gonna definitely do that using the virtual camera because this green flashing just really it bothers me so much.
See if it helps, right?
I'm sure it will.
It might work if you feed it through OBS rather than going directly into Discord. If it's only happening in Discord, too.
It's only happening in Discord, yeah.
See, he's got his brand everywhere on the cups.
He's got everywhere. The cup, yeah.
I got a stupid red T-shirt on, and I go yelling at microphone.
Look, slower.
It's everywhere. Are you drinking water? Or are you drinking coffee? What are you drinking?
Good.
The taste of GMAntonZ.
Just some water.
You going to tell us what your name means yet? You said you were going to the next time you came on.
No, I said when I hit 1 million, I will.
Oh, it was 1 million? Shit.
It was 1 million.
Stop, CJ.
It's got to mean like general manager or something. He's like the general manager where he works at.
General manager. Benzo says Anton has them on the Speedos, too. Oh, you can get Speedos with Anton's logo on it?
Yeah, let me show you. I'll just stand up. and
No pants, just Speedos. Oh, man. That's great.
I didn't know his name was a secret.
Why? Do you know it?
Secret giveaway.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's a question that's always come up. Like GMAntonZ.
Anton's going to be at 1 million subs before too long, the way that he grows.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then everybody's going to find out what the name stands for, I guess. A lot of people have guessed, and no one has got it correctly yet. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
GMAntonZ.
Gary's mod.
That's a lot of people guessing, man. That's a lot of guesses, and nobody's got it right. I mean, it could stand for anything.
It could stand for anything. It might not even mean anything at all. Maybe I just randomly picked some letters. I was like, I need a name.
Anton likes to toy with his audience.
I tried Anton on YouTube, but it was already taken, so I just came up with this random collection of letters.
I remember that guy that one time that was going around that had your logo.
Oh, yeah.
Your name. Do you remember him? And the way that that I actually made it to where I knew it was you in the chat was I made you a moderator. Yeah. So the next time he came in, I didn't see that little wrench beside his name. Yeah. So I think me and a lot of the subscribers actually went and reported his channel and got it taken care of on him. I haven't seen him in at least a year. It's been about a year since I've seen him. So
yeah, it just makes it so easy on YouTube to just. I mean, I can set up a profile right now and pretend I'm King Crane, right? Just, steal his profile picture and go around posting, if you don't have the check mark, of course, right? But, it's just so easy. I wish YouTube had, better guards in place, I guess, to maybe prevent that, right? Or maybe act it a little bit faster. I mean, I've reported a bunch of channels, too, right? So, yeah, it's just so easy for people to do that sort of stuff, right? But
it is. I had the same. I think it was the same guy that was impersonating me. He had my logo.
I think he was impersonating everybody.
Yeah, he impersonated.
I haven't been impersonated yet.
He impersonated Benzo. I think it was.
Somebody impersonate me.
Anyway, he even had. I know that he had some of your videos on his channel. And I was like, I was like, dude, you really need to take this because, YouTube lets you know when somebody's got one of your videos. They'll send you a copyright thing saying, do you want to copyright this? Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't think he's around anymore. I think he got canceled.
CJ, you sound like you partied real hard last night.
I did. I drank way too much whiskey, man. Way too much.
Benzo says I will. Jeffrey on patrol. Gas pump fire. Damn it.
He said earlier. He said he records a video for 4 hours and he sets up for 2 for an episode, 6 hours per video. Oh my gosh! All right, I spoke with Iggy about this once. Iggy told me, Iggy Fresh, was probably a year or two ago. He recorded Vin for like 17 minutes or something. I don't know if he set up or anything, but at that time I was doing like 45-minute recordings, and a lot of times I just wing it when I start. Now I set up a story. It could be 10, 20 minutes, and I wing it for a lot of it. It's like I got like 9 points. I'll hit all those points and just, go with whatever happens.
Yeah.
And then I'll set it up and all that stuff. But I record for 25 minutes. And this man, 4 hours. Woo!
Yeah.
On a different wavelength than I
Yeah.
am.
That is a
I
lot
think
of
the most I
time.
do is about an hour, and like if I do an LSPDFR episode, I'll do like an hour and a half. I'll just go in there and just improv it. If somebody shoots at me, if there's a chase, whatever. And I've been doing my own voiceovers lately with my patrols, just to kind of break up the monotony of speaking to nobody. That's why the 5M is so great, because you're dealing with real people when you pull somebody over, when you interact with somebody. But for the LSPDFR episodes, doing the voiceovers. But it's about an hour and a half of sometimes 2 hours of just patrol, just being in there, just doing different calls, different weather, different times of day. You let the day cycle go, and then you just edit the whole video and then go back and add your voiceovers. I like to put in my own sound effects as far as like keys jingling when the car starts, or like a door closing. I like to get a more, I'll add little blinkers blinking, little sounds that I like to put in my video that kind of make it pop a little bit,
I can't relate to it anymore.
No?
No longer I haven't edited in like 3 or 4 years.
Do you have somebody that edits for you?
I have 3 channels. Yeah, I have 3 channels. So
Hey, so you're doing this full time. This is your.
Oh yeah. I've been doing it full time since 2016.
Nice, man.
God, I'm so tempted
I need to
to
get somebody to do my
Hey, we
editing
got like a
for me.
pro
It's,
here.
yeah,
2.7
finding
million.
the
That's
editor-
fucking big time, man. Like that's pretty
pretty
big time.
amazing.
Why don't I have 100,000 people watching my stream right now? Come on, Jesus.
Anton, what
Unfortunately, that's
visual?
not how YouTube works.
With Anton and Kate Granier? Come on. No,
do
just
you
joking.
use Anton? What visual mods do you use?
What visual mods do I use?
Yeah,
NVE.
you use Visual V, right? Oh, NVE. Okay.
NVE, yeah.
Okay. Do you use any like reshade with it, or is it just NVE?
I do, yeah. I use like the reshade and ENB with it, yeah.
Yeah, I think reshade, man, is just one of those, because I play a lot of Farm Sim 2 on my second channel, and I put reshade in Farm Sim 22, and it looked amazing.
It really
looks
brightens up like a lot
phenomenal.
of colors and stuff.
You should
yeah.
try the
It does.
RTGI. Which is it's a Patreon reshade setting. It's ray tracing global illumination, and it's absolutely stunning. It's absolutely
You
stunning.
use that, right, Jeffrey? Don't you use that?
Yeah, I use that, and you put it in your shaders and your textures folders of your reshade, and it'll give you these options within your home. You hit the home and you bring up the reshade settings, and it'll have RTGI settings in there that will really just it'll make a nighttime thunderstorm really just like
I gotta check that out.
like you're just in the city street just watching rain hit the
I
puddles.
don't
That's
do
crazy.
much nighttime stuff, which it looks really good. But there's
Yeah.
so many like psychological things you have to think about when you do videos. Well, that's what I do. Bright colors is going to keep you watching for much longer than dark is. For like me, like kids have a short attention span, so you got to do anything and everything to boom, 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 always. And bright colors, super oversaturated everything. But for like us, we could watch it a little bit longer. But
Well,
like,
even like when I...
Go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say from a psychological standpoint, like just like colors and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was just gonna add, like, even when I film some episodes, like, at night, or things happen at night, I always turn up the brightness, right? Because the default sort of night setting, or even using some of these visual mods, it's really hard to see at night. And again, somebody watching a video, and you never know what environment they are in, right? How bright their phone is, etc., right? They might not be able to necessarily, like, see or what I'm trying to show them in the video, right? So always, like, pump up the brightness as well during nighttime, just so it's easier to see. So there's, like, a lot of the, to your point, a lot of the things you got to think about, right, when making a video, right, from like a viewer's perspective.
Yeah.
If you do too much
Yeah.
brightness, it will give it like a. It won't brighten it up correctly. I don't know how you do the brightness, but if the nighttime was way more blue than black, it would help a lot. Like with thumbnails, when I used to do nighttime thumbnails, it very, very dark blue instead of black. Just like as light as the dark, like his lights he's got in his room.
Yeah.
Like a darker blue.
Yeah, I always find
blue's like my favorite color. I love blue.
I always find nighttime thumbnails never do well.
Yeah.
They're
bright,
tough. They're
saturated.
tough. Unless you got like the right like lighting coming down on the vehicle, you know, that's probably like the best time to do a nighttime thumbnail is if you've got like a street light that's just reflecting perfectly off the side of the car or something like that, where you're gonna want that saturated black in the backdrop to really make that, you know, especially if you're showcasing like a new vehicle or something like that, you know. The Sandy Station has really good lights that come off of it that if it's nighttime, it just really pops off the side of the car.
That's where Photoshop comes in handy too to brighten your. To brighten, when I use Photoshop for my thumbnails, like I take my screenshot, I put it in my Photoshop. I use a lot of the brightness, the exposure, and you know when you bring that contrast in and adjust that saturation, it makes it look so beautiful. I love Photoshop. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
That is, I create art in Photoshop.
I love Photoshop, man. I love it. You use it too, right, Anton?
I do, yeah. I mean, my thumbnails are nowhere close to King Crane's beautiful artwork.
Yeah, I was just looking at.
You know,
I was just looking
I'm
at
getting there.
his stuff.
I'm getting
Yeah,
there.
it's yeah.
It's not even like I can't screenshot and just upload. I gotta create a whole thing, manipulate.
Like, how long does a thumbnail take you? Like, I'm looking at this one right now, the Superman one. You know, anything my girlfriend draws comes to life. It was 11 days ago. Just all of them. The Sonic one. I got to show that to my. Now, I take it your videos are kid friendly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. For sure.
Yeah, my son is a Sonic freak, and it looks like
So
you got
it's
a bunch
all
of
like
Sonic
your
ones on
videos
there.
are all like your channel is set to made for kids.
They might know who you are.
No, actually, that was a pretty scary time. But like with GTA 5, I don't think you can really ever be set for kids.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
But what was it? Thumbnails about an hour, but luckily there's a lot of similar videos that you'll do a different style with, like drawing this or drawing that. So you kind of use the same template and just change up. Like for hers, I have the canvas and a lot of those drawing thumbnails. I'll just swap her out for Franklin or whatever, different drawing. And
They're good thumbnails, man. They're really good.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I love about Anton's thumbnails is because it looks like Anton's going to come through the picture. Like when you do your screenshots with your controller in your hand and your webcam, it looks like you're going to come out of that picture. And those colors just really pop out and they're really bright and beautiful. And I swear it looks like you're going to come out.
He's doing something else. Like he's not just bumping saturation, contrast, saturation. He's probably using vibrance as well. And then he does something to make them look so smooth.
Yeah, filters.
Yeah,
There's
they are
definitely filters
smooth.
and
They're
stuff that you can.
Photoshop manipulation, I'll admit, okay? I'll admit I do a little bit of photoshopping on the thumbnail. But that's to your point, right? Like as King Crane was saying, right? You have to think of that. Like you have to, in a sea of thumbnails, you got to pop a little bit, right? So you have to go for those brighter colors, right? For those, kind of saturated, because you want it to pop. You want it to catch people's attention as they're scrolling through the feed because they're going at lightning speed, right? Taking less than a second to kind of see it, and then it's like you want them to be like, oh wait, what is that, right? So
yeah,
and then hopefully they click.
If you think it's too saturated, saturate it more.
Right, basically.
It's a good tip.
Pretty much.
That is a good tip.
Hello, Volix. No need to say hi 50 million times. I see you. Hi, Volix. Oh, Anton, are you accepting mod applications yet?
I was.
I always miss it.
But
I always miss it.
Well, I opened it up like a couple of weeks ago, and it was open like midnight to 2 a.m.
Oh, I'm up at that time. DM me next time.
Yeah, I didn't see you, so unfortunately.
If you don't want me to hit your mod application, you got to open them between like 7 and 9 a.m. Okay, that's when you got to open them. Oh man, I'll keep trying.
funny.
I go into his chat like almost every time he's live. I'll go into his chat like, "Hey, don't mind me, just looking for the mod applications. Are they this way? Are they
Like
this
an
way?"
ongoing joke for God knows how long now.
Which way do I go? Well, since the last time you were on the show, because I remember you saying, people come in and say, "Give me a shout out. I want mod," stuff like that. So, yeah, it's
everybody spams shout outs and the latest thing I find too is people will say, they'll come in and they'll say, "Hey Anton," or like, shout out or whatever. And I will acknowledge them. I'll say hi, I'll give them a shout out. And then they keep saying like, "Oh, shout out, hi Anton, hi." I'm like, I just said hi to you like 10 seconds ago. Were you even listening? Like, were you paying attention? What are you doing?
Yeah, like when you make somebody mod, like when I try to explain to people in my chat when they ask if they can get mod, they're like, I get people asking, "How do I get mod?" rather than "Can I get mod?" And I try to explain to them, being a moderator comes with a ton of trust. The moderators I have in my chat are people that I've probably talked with on a personal basis over VC, on the phone, maybe even on Messenger a handful of times.
Yeah.
But the people that are moderators in my chat are people that I know and people that I trust, because if you get the wrong person moderator, they could really screw a lot of things. I mean, hiding people on your channel, that's all they would have to do.
Right.
And it'd be over with, man. So you gotta be careful.
My whole chat is blue because I didn't know how important moderators were when I first got my channel, and I was like, "You're a moderator. You're a moderator." Like, "Oh yeah, I've seen you in. I've seen you in here 4 times. You're a moderator." Like, "Hey, come on." And then it's just like, "All right, well, they've been here since then, so I'm not gonna take it away now, So, but I dove in head first before I really knew,
what moderator meant.
Yeah, and what YouTube, being a YouTuber meant, and all that other, it was just I got my first PC, and 2 months later, I'm starting a YouTube channel. So it was abrupt, the whole start of it was pretty abrupt.
But isn't that how,
That's how it
it usually is, right? It's it's just same thing for me, right? It was kind of abrupt. It's like, okay, I'm gonna start doing YouTube. Let's do it.
Yeah. I remember your first LSPDFR video. I went back and watched it. It's been a month ago. I went and watched, and I remember the intro said, "What's going on, guys? This is Anton, and today we're gonna be playing LSPDFR." And I think you were driving a Ford Taurus. I think it might have been a Ford Taurus or Explorer, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, but I seen your because when I go to people's channels, I have this infatuation with looking at their very first video. I want to see where they started, and but yeah, I watched that not too long ago. It's actually really good. I think it's really good.
I did actually like a flashback video in one of my episodes. I think shortly after I hit 100,000 subscribers, because I thought of like, well, how do I, somebody or people usually put some sort of a celebration video, going back to like, watching the first video, reactions, etc. We usually when they hit like this, this milestone. So I was like, well, what can I do? So I actually did it within GTA 5, where I essentially used the time machine, the DeLorean time machine in GTA 5 to go back in time. But me going back in time was me going to my previous episodes and sort of watching them and reacting them as I watched them.
I think I remember watching that.
Yeah, so I actually went back to like the first video, and then I went to a video when I had 100 subscribers and like 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 subscribers. So it's like a bit, it's kind of like progression, right? And you see that progression. So that was interesting.
What a great idea. That's a really, really good idea for a video in the time machine of all things, to go back and look at your previous videos. That's pretty cool, man. That's a good idea.
It still started off like as a GTA 5 episode, but then it was me getting into like, I think everybody, like all my characters that I do showed up and then congratulated me on 100,000 subscribers. And then the present they got from me was this time machine. And when the present they got from me was this car. And when I got into the car and sped off, I realized it was the time machine that then took me back into those previous episodes, right?
Yeah.
So
that wasn't a 4-hour recording, was it?
No, that wasn't. Actually, that one wasn't the 4-hour recording because of reusing all the previous videos. But the 4-hour recordings, people ask me like, why does it take you so long? It's because again of all like the little scenes and stuff that I set up in my videos that just take forever to.
You're shooting a movie, essentially.
Yeah,
it's like you're shooting a movie, man. Yeah.
Right? right?
I got a
Like,
question. I got a question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very important question. Okay, so how long have you been doing it now?
oh God, now 5 years?
On just GTA?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, pretty much. I've done
Are
some other
you-
games here and there.
Are you burnt out? Come on, you got to tell us.
Am I burnt out?
On
I
GTA.
did. No, I wouldn't say I'm burnt out in GTA in general. I have my moments where, like writer's block, you have no ideas, you don't know what to do. I do feel like burnt out on some days, but I say in general, I'm not burnt out. I think there's still like a lot of, I look at even all like the episodes and stuff that I put together, and that I have a few episodes that I've already written and have to be filmed. So I think there's just no shortage of ideas. There's still like a ton of things that could be done.
Oh yeah, there's
so
a lot
I
of things that
wouldn't say
can
I'm-
be done, but do you want to do them?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I genuinely do want to do them. Again, there's days when you feel less so, and definitely feel burnt out, or you feel like, oh my God, like okay, I gotta come up with another video, and it's like just complete like blank. You have
Yeah.
like no idea.
But there is a
what
lot of
to even
mods
do.
out there that really keep it from getting, stagnant. You know what I mean? When you, because I mean, we've all been playing GTA since 2015, not just the past 5 years. We've been playing GTA for what almost 8 years now, right? So it's as long as those mods are still, and that's a big aspect of 5M too. Is yeah, it's GTA, but it's you're role playing with real people, so that's a whole different side of it. But I get what he's saying, and I get what Anton's saying. There are those days where you're just like like I don't want to go in here and do this, but I got to go in here and do this. You know what I mean? Like you gotta get some footage, you got to get some content, and because you have a what's the word I'm looking for? An obligation to do it, right? Because you've got viewers, you've got fans, you've got people that count
People
on
that
seeing.
depend on you.
Yeah, they see that video, and you guys obviously more than me, way more than me, have way more lives that you touch, way more people that you literally brighten up their day. Like they just wait. Like I'm subscribed to like somebody like the Goon Squad. It's these two brothers from Tennessee, and they're just really cool, down to earth guys. And it like, I don't know, when their video comes out, it just brightens up. It doesn't brighten up my day, but I get giddy for a second. Like, all right, I'm gonna go
You
watch.
forward to it, like you want to watch the video.
So
yeah.
I mean, when you
And
have
from
as
a
many
creator
subscribers as you have, that's
standpoint-
huge.
You're from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Ho-ho.
Chattanooga.
It's 2 hours
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
man.
And from
2
a creator
hours.
standpoint too, is like if you're not getting comments and you see the views, that doesn't mean you're not, touching somebody or something like that. Because
Right.
you watch Goon Squad, how many times have you commented on their videos?
A lot.
You just said.
Right.
You have? See me? There's a lot of people I watch, mainly on the TV or something, and
Never
I don't
comment.
comment.
No.
Yeah, I don't comment at all. But there's a lot of people.
I
like
do.
watch.
I not a
but
lot,
still really
but
enjoy the videos, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'd never expect them to hit me back. I remember the first time I commented on Anton's video and Anton responded back. I was like, holy shit! Like he responded. He responded back to me. Same thing with CJ. And CJ was the one that taught me everything I know about modding LSPDFR. So I'm sorry, I got
Yeah,
distracted.
no, sorry. I was just gonna add then too. I think it also comes down to how like you see it or how you approach it too. In a sense that, like, for example, my videos, my content, I don't really do like mods per se, right? Mine are like little stories, movies, right? So for me, I don't really, to be honest with you, see it like I'm playing GTA 5. I just see that GTA 5 is basically a sandbox that allows me
Real
to
life
make these
simulator.
videos,
What it
right?
is.
And it's just for me, it's like, okay, what can I come up with? What sort of episode? Upgrading cars, or the new one that I'm putting together where Air Force One gets attacked with the president on board. Like that's an idea, right? And to me, it doesn't matter if it's GTA 5 or GTA 4 or whatever it is. Like that's just the sandbox that allows me to execute that idea. So I'm not really burnt out on GTA per se, because to me it's just, like I said, a tool more so to make all these videos.
It's just real life simulator. That's really what.
Pretty much, right?
What question from the chat, and it's just for all of us. So we'll start with our two guests. Start with you, Anton. What inspires you to keep going on your channel?
Well, I think it just goes back to what we were talking about, fans. Just knowing that there's people out there. I've always said, said this before in like the live streams and stuff, right? Like, I'm out there, I'm making videos, I'm doing a live stream, whatever it is, and I know there's people out there that are looking forward to that. Like there's people out there that are looking forward to to my live stream on Saturday, and I understand why people want me to live stream again, because maybe Wednesday was their day when they really watch those live streams, because somebody might not be having a good day. Maybe there's challenges at home, at work, at school, whatever it is, and they come and they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna watch this GMAntonZ video, I'm gonna watch this live stream, or any other YouTuber, really, right? So, but that's what, for me, just knowing that there's fans out there that really like the content, that are really looking forward to the content, that really enjoy the content, and the content really does something for them, to brighten up their day, to kind of get have them get away from it for a little bit of whatever it's going on in their lives, right? And have maybe that moment where they get to laugh a little bit, and and react and be like, oh my god, this guy's so cringy or whatever, right? Just to bring that to them, that's really, I guess, what like motivates me, right? Is the fans, and knowing there's people out there that really genuinely are enjoying what I'm putting out.
Right. How about you, King?
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of answers I could give you, but it's just like, I was blessed to have, all these, everybody just subscribing to me to even have this opportunity. So, are we still there? Okay,
yeah.
We're good. So just to still have just to have this opportunity like this. So for me to throw it away would be just so wrong. So I want to keep going and keep going and keep building it. And it's just like, I've worked a lot of jobs, like Wendy's, factories, everything like that. And it's just like, to be able to do this for a living, and
that's how I
just
feel.
Keep going.
That's how I feel. Except I got to keep going back to the factory for now. For now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
It's like they say, if you find a job you love, you'll never work.
Yeah. How about you, Q? What inspires? I mean, I know the answer to this, but go ahead and let everybody know what inspires you.
It's the subscribers, man. It's the courteous comments. It's the generous words. When they say, I know because of you how to install LSPDFR. I know how to mod GT5 because of you. I've had a lot of comments where people have said, I've watched so many other people on YouTube and tried to mod GT5 through their videos, and it never worked. But when I come and watch you, my game's flawless, And so, yeah, it's comments like that. It's the subscribers, it's the members, it's the Patreons, it's just everybody in general who watches the video, whether you like, whether you comment, or whether you just watch. It all touches deep inside, and it keeps me going. It makes me excited to do videos. That's what motivates me, man.
Same. I mean, we all pretty much have the consensus is pretty much the same with all of us. It's it's the viewers. I mean, that's that's a huge reason why people get into it. And yeah, if you get to the point where you're making big bucks, obviously that's going to be a big part of why you keep doing it too. But you started off for a reason, right? And I think when people come into the chat, or if you go to somebody else's live stream and they say, oh my God, it's Jeffrey Gamer or Anton or King Crane or CJ, it's you've inspired me. I'm doing this channel because of you. I've had a couple of people say that, and it just blows me away, first off, because all of us here right now are more inspirational than we know, right? When somebody says that to you, what's the first thing you think of? First, you think it's fucking amazing, right? Then you think, I'm sorry for the swearing, I hope. And then you think, I'm just a regular guy, right? Like you're just a regular guy. Like if you knew the shit I did off camera, like not really, but possibly, but it's just, I don't know. It's very humbling to know that there's people out there that literally started their YouTube journey, and they're trucking with 57 subscribers, 100 subscribers, and 200, and they're DMing you and they're messaging you through Facebook saying, "Oh man, I hit 200, man, I hit 450," and they're wanting to bring you along on this journey because you inspired them to start. I think that's fucking amazing, man.
Those are amazing.
To me, that's absolutely amazing, and it'll literally give me goosebumps, just knowing that. Little old me, 8,000, did I hit? Yeah, I just hit 8,000. 8,000 subscribers, little old me, I can inspire somebody to want to do that, and I think that's just amazing. So, yeah, we all pretty much, hey, what's up, BP? We all.
Some other things that, with the finances too, part of that's it's like, yes, the audience very, very much important to me. You sit back and see how much support you have, and it's amazing. It really is. But then I have a lot of subscribers that don't really comment as much. If I ask them to, they will. But I'm not trying to like brag or anything. But this is a
brag away, man.
There's a specific point in my life. All right, when I started this whole thing, I'm into cars. I was like, I want that car. I want that car. I want that car.
Oh yes, me. I want a Dodge Charger so bad. Sorry, go ahead. God, I want a Charger so bad.
Well, mine was a Lamborghini.
Oh, okay. Tell me you got a Lamborghini.
Oh, I had one, yeah. But
you had one. You son of a shit. Bye. See you again.
I had one. I don't know, for a little bit. I've had all kinds of cars, but every time I drive that around, and you just look down and see the Lamborghini logo, and it's just like, wow, you know.
That's inspiring to yourself. That's
There's a lot of hard work, man, behind that logo. You know, there's a lot of hard work that you put in for that.
Wow.
It didn't just magically appear one night on the driveway, right? Like,
that'll be great.
Some
The day I
people
get
say, oh, whatever, it's so easy to make videos, right? But I think we all know it's not, right? And the fact that it's, you know, you look down at that logo and you know it's just like hours and hours and weeks and months and years of hard work, right? That's
that would be cool, chat, to go from looking at a Toyota symbol to a Lamborghini symbol. I love my car. I got a Highlander. You know, it's a nice SUV, 2018. It's a beautiful.
Okay, but compared to a Lamborghini,
compared to a Lamborghini, no. My thing is a Dodge Charger Hellcat. I would even settle with a Scat Pack. You know, it's got to be a V8. It's got to be the
Evo, man.
God, I would love a Charger so bad. So what you're saying is, without asking you how much you make, because that would just be, at least on air, if you want to stay after the show, I would, because, people like CJ and I, we would like to know what it's like. Is it sustainable getting to 250, getting to 2.7 million? Like, is it sustainable? I'm guessing if you had a Lamborghini, you're pretty much living well with 2.7 million subscribers.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
I've owned plenty of supercars, and none of them have had a loan. So there's a little bit of a hint.
But, you got any Dodge Chargers you're trying to sell? I mean,
no. But when you say sustainable, what do you mean?
I mean, you could wake up and do whatever the hell you want and not worry about bills and not worrying about clocking in at a 9 to 5. Like you could stop recording right now for the next half a year, let's say. Are you still going to bring in the money to just
I don't
living?
know. I don't know, because I've been uploading videos since 2016 every single day almost. Like now I upload 3 videos a day on 3 different channels. So 90 videos a month, roughly. And
I have 3 different channels. I have 2, and it keeps me busy, man. I can't imagine 3.
Right.
But you also have a job, though, right?
No, this is what I do. Yeah.
I'm trying to get one to take
There's reasons why
off.
I don't work in society. There's reasons why I don't.
Oh, you're good. But, it's like, for me, I can't wake up and do anything. For me, I have to do my work, which is YouTube, create content, plan for content, all that stuff. And now I'm hiring somebody to help me manage all that. Content strategize, thumbnail strategize, just all of it. Create the stories for GTA 5, all kinds of stuff like that. But income, I could quit, be good for years and almost my whole life at this point. But and I don't know what the income would be if I stopped now and just let it ride. I have no clue what that would be. If it would be good, be bad, I don't know. But the amount of money I make, it's really, really good. And it definitely, you will not have any problems in life. You won't be thinking about your bills, for sure.
I guess it all depends how big the bills are, right? Because that's the thing. As you make more money, right?
Yeah.
Expenses go up, right? I mean, if you're making, $3 million a year living in a tiny condo, that's one thing. But if you're, obviously making $3 million a year living in a huge mansion, right? That's, obviously your thing go up.
Exactly.
But I think, what King Crane is trying to say is that, once you get, to a certain stage and you're successful, it's easy to sort of sustain yourself, not having to worry necessarily.
Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb.
Yeah, like if you overspend, if you spend more than you have when you're broke or when you're living comfortably, the more money you make, the more you're going to overspend. So I get it. Yeah, you could be bringing home $90,000 a month from YouTube, but turning around and spending
And blowing
110,000.
100,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
So no, I totally
I won't
Yeah,
name
you
any
gotta
names,
spend
but
it wisely for sure.
I knew
yeah.
somebody that was making 10 million in a year, and they were spending 300,000 a month. 300.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, private jets, all kinds of stuff. It was crazy.
a YouTuber.
Somewhat.
Okay.
It's controversial in areas, but.
But if you're making 10 million a year, 300,000 a month only is what, like 3.6 mil?
Sure,
So you still have
but
like 7
you
left
got-
over.
But you got a lot of taxes.
Still got
and
some
you,
pocket change.
But you've got to
Yeah, the taxes.
You got taxes, yeah.
That kind of stuff. In my opinion, you don't. You ain't making 10 million a year for 40 years. This isn't.
Well, that's true too,
this
right?
isn't
Yeah.
A 40-year. You don't really know. PewDiePie's been going for a while, but you don't know how long.
Oh, is
But
that who you're
back to
talking
the
about?
No.
Oh, okay. Got him.
He's probably making a little bit more than 10 million a year.
Oh yeah. He's banking.
But like you were saying, like 250, 2.7, you're talking about sub size. A lot of people ask me, is like, well, what do you got to get to make this kind of money or whatever it is? It ain't sub size. You could have 10K subs, 10 million subs, and have the same amount of views. It's all about the views per month.
Mm-hmm.
The subs though do raise your importance level to YouTube. Though.
I feel the person is just as important as the content as well. I feel like the person making the content is just as important as the content itself. Like, do you go live often, King?
No, I haven't been live in years.
Okay, so like when Anton goes live, your chat is going bonkers, right? But you still pay attention to the chat. I think that's one thing that's absolutely huge when you're a content creator and you go live is paying attention. Like it kills me right now that I can't like converse with my chat because they're talking, they're asking questions, but I don't want to interrupt you guys while you're talking. So it kills me to see these questions and comments going by and I can't interact with them because when it's just me in the chat, I'm reading every single comment. I'm trying to respond, So I think it's very, very important. I think the content creator is just as important, if not maybe a little more important than the content itself. Do you agree with that? Is that something you think is plausible?
It depends. For me, if you have a really good brand, then yes. If they're there for you, yes. But sadly, in my case, they come when you're pleasing the algorithm. It's more so what you're uploading.
Okay.
So for me, it's the character choice. A lot of times they come to my channel for Hulk, not King Crane. But if you can build a good brand, which is the most important thing, it takes to build a good brand. It can take you a long time, or you can just pop in, please the algorithm for a few years, you'll be good to go. But those guys with good brands like Corey Kinchin and those guys upload a black screen video and get 10 million views on it. Versus if I upload a black screen video, I'm not gonna get those kind of views. I just don't think I have a super
You mean like the
strong
beginning of
brand.
my stream? Is that what you're talking about? For some reason, my camera, I tried to do this new where it's just me in the chat before I came into the Discord studio, and my camera wouldn't pop up, so it was just me in a black screen. And
But guess what? They were still there waiting.
They were still there waiting, yes, to see Anton.
I think. Well, no, I think that's.
I don't know about
I think
that.
No,
Anton's
I
got a
know.
strong brand as well. It's getting stronger. I thought Iggy had one. I don't know. I'm confused there on what happened to Iggy. But
Yeah, we
I've
were
been
talking about that
to him.
earlier. I actually mentioned it's
plan.
like it's so confusing that like you can get to 1 million subscribers and essentially just be dead in the water, right?
But
and
you
I
know
know
what it
he's
is,
been trying
though?
so hard.
This is a very thin ice I'm walking on right now. But it's YouTube not really like how many people you subscribe to. You remember back in the day, you subscribe, and that's the first thing when you open up the app. That's the first thing that pops up. Now
Oh, yeah.
they're like putting the subscription feed, hidden away. You probably don't click on that much. You click on your home page, and if the people you're subscribed to get recommended to you, that's the case. But like the people you subscribe to, subscribers are almost irrelevant now because you're not looking at your sub feed. You're looking at, or most people, me, I don't. I look at the home feed, the recommended page.
Yeah.
That's where the meat is. You got to get there.
Yeah.
And that's the question is like how do you get there, right?
You
like
please the
even-
algorithm.
Right.
gotta
Yeah.
get
Well,
the
that's right.
stats.
That's the thing, right? Is trying to figure that out, right? And I mean, I think we've all seen, videos that we thought would do well, even with the algorithm, have not done well, right? Sometimes, and vice versa, right? Sometimes there's surprises where I'm like, all right, whatever, let's just put it out there, and all of a sudden it kind of blows up. But that's the key, right? Is trying to figure out how do you get on those recommended home pages,
And all the
videos,
the right topic, the right data, all that stuff. You got to resonate well with your audience first, and then they'll throw you to the lions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge. Where'd the name come from, King Crane? I know Anton won't tell us his yet.
When I hit 10 million subs, I'll tell you. No, I'm just kidding. For me, all right. So this is PlayStation 4 days. My friends, they all had the King name, and they was like, "Come on, make your name the King," because it was the King Crane. It was like, "Come on, make your name the King." I was like, "Whatever, don't care. We're just playing Call of Duty." So made my name the King Crane. It was 2 E's. And then we started me and my friend made a YouTube channel. Or, he made his, I made mine. It was Call of Duty. It was not kid-friendly at the time. Just doing whatever on Call of Duty, acting like idiots. I kept uploading. However, he's doing great now. But he had quit, and I just never stopped. I don't know why. I just never stopped. And it wasn't GTA. It was just whatever it was. Then I tried GTA one day. It worked a little bit. It was like an Iron Man mod. This is back when you could do anything.
Yeah.
And it just worked.
Back in the day, the golden days.
Yeah. Now you've got to really pull it out. You got to Iron Man upgrading to this, that. It's only going to get worse. But, the name just was a PlayStation name, and we were all the King in our last name. My last name's Crane, so.
Oh, okay.
King.
My PlayStation name was Shadow Weaver for years. It was Shadow Dash Weaver. That was my name in PlayStation 3, 4. It was just for years. It was Shadow Weaver. The Call of Duty days, and I was a SOCOM guy. Loved SOCOM. That was my go-to game. But Shadow Weaver. Yeah. Reminiscing. That's sad.
Actually, I say PlayStation. I think it was Xbox 360. Yeah.
I was never an Xbox guy.
I had the Xbox 360.
I had the 360. Yeah.
Look, the 360 and Call of Duty
was the PS2. That was it.
That was the days.
It was weird to have both. You're a rare breed to have both, because usually it was, growing up, it's PlayStation,
or Xbox.
PlayStation and when I played PlayStation, never did I think I'm gonna have a PC one day and play with an Xbox controller. Like, never.
Right?
Anything. When I'm PlayStation, I'm like, fucking Xbox controllers. They're bulky. They suck. They're garbage. Xbox, I'm never gonna have it. Then I got a PC, and it was like, what PlayStation? Who? Like I don't even know what you're talking about. And now my son has the PS5, and Dad, you don't know what you're missing, and this and that. Look at the graphics, and it's like, yeah, but like you said, can you put Iron Man in your game? No, you cannot. Like, I can.
Oh my gosh, you got a PS5? You're like a super dad.
My wife got it. She had the in. She had the in on them. She was getting them like hotcakes, and just.
I got 4 of them. I didn't keep them.
Wow.
I got one, and I wasn't me. It was a fiance. So we got one for here. We wanted 2 because one in the office where I record, and then one for everybody to play. We only have one in the house now because I ended up selling one to the neighbors so they could have one, and then I got another one for my old editor. So really, I was just trying to get them for my friends.
That's what my wife did. She was getting them for for family members that couldn't get them, and she would get them, and and here you go. And she wouldn't make money out. She would sell them for what she bought them for. I think she sold one Xbox. She sold to make a profit, but she did buy it at first for a family member, and then they were like, no, I don't want it anymore. So she sold it and made a little bit of a profit.
That's a nice way to put it, that you scalped it, bought it for $500, sold it for $5,000. I'm just
I think it was like $650.
What's crazy? The PS5 I
Finder's
sold.
fee.
Yeah.
I bought it for like $530 something, and I sold it for $500. So I took a loss on it.
You took a loss on it. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, but you got supercars and shit. You can take a $30 loss. I'm just kidding. A loss is a loss. No matter how much you're making, a loss is a loss.
You don't want to rip your neighbor off. They'll like slash your tires or something at night.
No, that would be bad.
Hey, Bob, can you keep your lawn cut consistently? And by the way, I got this Xbox for $4,000. Let me know.
You son of a bitch!
Imagine. My neighbor
that's right,
buys
Bob.
it from me for the regular price and scalps it on eBay.
Oh my gosh. I'm thoroughly enjoying the show. I'm looking at the time because I don't want it to. It ends at 7. I don't want it to end in
It's
a half
already
hour. But
it's already 5:30 here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got a GTA 5 video to record. It's only gonna take me 4 hours, right? No, I'm just kidding. Nah, it's gonna take 25 minutes.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah.
I recorded one this morning and it took me like 4 hours.
Yeah,
We
right.
got off at lunch, started at 6 a.m.
Before you go, King Crane, because it sounds like you're getting ready to leave to do your video, can I ask you a question? And I know I asked Anton this last time he was on Meet the Gamers, and I don't know, I'll probably ask him again if he feels like answering it again. But if you had one piece of advice to give to somebody who's got 8,000 subscribers, 28,000
I've answered this
subscribers,
question
240,
a million times. I got you. You know what it is? Consistency and dedication.
Okay.
That's it.
I got both
over
of those.
and over and over.
So
Every
I should
single
be good.
day.
Yeah, it should be good too.
Okay.
Study your
Couldn't agree more.
your numbers every day. Look at what you're doing right. Also, very much so, try to find what you're doing wrong if you think there is something. For me, the bad thing is I have the editors, right? Bring me videos and everything, and I'll look at my videos, and I'll never look at what we do right. I'm only focused on what we do wrong over and over. It's not a good thing to do, but it's also a huge reason why I'm where I'm at.
Right.
You also got to praise yourself. You got to praise the editors and say, good job. But at the same time, it's like, all right, well, we need to fix this, and this. That's the only way you can improve. Always, you just
If you were to
gotta
give,
be able to.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, buddy.
You're good.
If you were to give tips on titles of videos and hashtags in tags in videos, like is there a secret to that? Is it like, you know, I know
No.
we had Goham on once, and he said, you know, he has a way of DJ Goham has a way of doing his titles. He'll name it one thing, but then after that first 24 to 48 hours, he'll change it, because I guess that first 48 hours is when YouTube is really gonna, you know.
Who told you that?
DJ Goham.
I don't know who that is. He might be onto something. But
He's
for
a
me-
farming simulator. Farming simulator. 200, 210, I think he's at now. 220,000
Right.
subscribers. So, he's
me-
he's up there.
No, like for me, I study click-through rate and watch time. That's two of the biggest things you can look at.
Those
And
analytics are very important, man.
Yeah. Back in the day, I could get it. It depends on the length of video as well. If like you're uploading a 15-minute video and you get like say a 30% watch time, that may be equivalent to an 8-minute video, 50% watch time. It just depends. You need more of a percentage, the shorter the video and stuff like that. Watch time, the more watch time you get, the better off your channel's going to do.
Okay.
So, and then click-through rate. If you upload something tomorrow and it doesn't resonate with your audience very well and the click-through rate's really low, it's very unlikely that they're going to suggest you. There's a lot of things that go into play now that your click-through rate with a good watch time, there's so many things, and then you'll have everything good and you're like, what's going on? It's a snowball effect, man. They're going to give you a little bit, give you a little bit, give you a little bit, and then boom, 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 boom. It just keeps going. I know GMAntonZ knows that because I remember seeing probably a year or two ago, I seen his channel, and now it's just 5 times more than that.
Yeah, you're moving
very
quick,
much so.
Anton. I will. I noticed. You're moving quick, and I noticed Benzo's also moving pretty quick, and so is CJ. After CJ hit like 15,000 subscribers, it was like a boost. Like he just started climbing pretty quick, you know. So
It's been going
Did you
pretty
find it,
fast
man?
from there.
what is his favorite COD? Let me know if he is a. They want to know what your favorite COD game is. I don't know if it's for Anton or for
It's
King
probably
Crane. So
for King Crane.
what's your favorite Call of Duty?
Well, if we're talking about Xbox 360 days, I don't even remember. It's probably like Modern Warfare, Black Ops 2 or something, or regular Black Ops 1.
I love Modern Warfare. That was a good one.
Yeah.
But now, nothing. All I do is this, then go spend time with the family and the 1-year-old.
Yeah,
There you go.
and drive around in supercars. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, I work from home, so it's like when I go somewhere, I go to get my hair cut. That's when I drive it or go to the gas station. for
What state
whatever
do you
reason.
live in? Do you mind me asking?
Florida. I
Florida.
live
Okay.
above Tampa.
Florida, nice, man.
We're going on a road trip. I'll maybe swing through there in July and come see you and see what kind of cars you have. Okay, so I'll DM you. Just give me your address.
I only have 2 cars right now. I have the family car, and then I have an R8.
An R8? Oh, that's all. Yeah, I'll drive the R8. That's fine. That's okay. Paddle shifting it, right? Oh, gosh. Yeah, man. Yeah. No, that's great. Congratulations to you, man. And good shit on all your success with your channel and that, man. That's 2.7 is huge. And you too, Anton. I mean, 250,000 subscribers. That's huge, man. That is absolutely huge.
Right.
Anton, do you remember how many subs you had last year, 1 year ago?
I think in April of last year I hit 100. So I doubled.
Yeah, when he was on Meet the Gamers, he wasn't that. That's probably right around where you were at last time.
I think I was coming up. Yeah, I think I was coming up to 100.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you had the April before that year?
Oh God. April before that year, it was probably about 30,000.
So you've doubled every year. Exact same things happened to me.
They're giving us hope, CJ.
Maybe I'll double next year.
Yes.
So I went. I don't know. At one point it was like 100K, then I was at 200K the next year, and then 400, then 800, so on. Like last year it was like probably 1 million something. But I think I'm hitting
my
that
goal for
mark.
2022 is to hit 100K or be very close.
10K for me. I'm still a low guy here. I'm just let me get to 10K, and I'm
Yeah, but it's never
cheeky.
good enough because you're like 10K. 15, 20, 100. It's always like, let me just get to 10 million.
Yeah,
right?
just
It's
go
never
right to 10.
enough.
Yeah.
It's never
I will
enough.
say,
Right?
I'm satisfied with sub count at this point. I'm not like, I don't know if I'll ever get to 10 million. I don't think I will, but who knows?
You never know, right? That's the thing.
You never know. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's I hope to be able to make a living off of this in the future.
Just remember, man, when you're doing it, outgrind the next guy. So you just know there's someone else out there trying to beat you. So just beat them. Just keep going, never give up. And then the days you're like, screw this, nope, keep going.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm like a great example of that. There were so many days when I walked away, going, you forget that. That was my last live stream. I'm never doing it again. Or that was my last video, right? This, I spent so much time on this video, didn't perform well. It's like, forget this. I'm never doing anything again. There's so many times when I could have quit and I would have never gotten to where I am now.
Totally have been there. And Wikizi says,
just got to keep going.
Yeah, Wikizi says y'all are stressing over big numbers. I'm over here stressing for 1,000 subscribers, man. I'm telling you.
There you go.
Now that's one thing I can give advice on is hitting the 1K that is the hardest part. That's how YouTube weeds out the people that are not serious about this, right? Because everybody wants to be a YouTuber and everybody wants to put in not make money off it, but not put in the work. So, if you grind to 1,000, man, then you'll be all right. You'll get there.
Biggest task.
Hitting the 1,000. Yeah, that's and then the 4,000 watch hours, of course. So, it's.
I didn't have that at that time. That didn't exist.
Yeah, that didn't exist back then.
Okay.
Yeah, I think once you hit 1,000, I want to say you got accepted into the ad program. I want to say, or was it 10,000? I can't remember now. But yeah, you just have to hit a certain threshold, and then basically once you hit it, and they verified that your channel wasn't a spam channel, you essentially were, and then they introduced the whole 4,000 hours on.
So I take it both of yous have that. People are able to purchase memberships through your channel, like you can on Twitch. Right.
I know he has it. I don't have it.
Oh. Okay.
I can. I just don't have it.
Well, you got to get you a YouTube partner.
I do have a YouTube.
Who's that? Oh, Cookies.
I've had one for years.
Cookies is here. Man? Cookies made it. He is the other host of the show. This is Gaming with Cookies right here. There he is.
Hello.
What's up, Cooks?
Hello.
How we doing?
Good. How you doing?
Man, how are you? Just get home?
Yeah, just got home like 10 minutes ago. Not even.
Look at that. Ran right to the PC. Jumped on the show. Oh, good guy.
Yeah.
Love it.
He was excited.
Yeah.
He was excited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Anton's a big name. He's what I call royalty. I call people.
Okay, please.
No, I'm just a regular guy.
No, it's true.
Come on.
It's
just
true.
a regular
It's true,
guy here.
But yeah, this is This has been a great show. This has been an awesome
It
show.
has. Yeah, it has, man.
Aside from my camera flickering green every 3 seconds, it's still pissing
I
me
don't know
off.
why-
I can't wait.
I don't know why.
I'll fix it. Anton gave me a good tip on what to do, so I'm gonna definitely try that either today
Yeah,
or
you
tomorrow.
go to him for that, because I'd go to him for something too. I'd probably ask him right now, yo, what's my green screen not working? He'd tell me before I knew.
No, he's a guru with that stuff, man.
I'll just go ahead and reach over there and
That'd be
fix
crazy
it.
if you just saw a hand come
Well,
in.
you see,
Right,
my lighting
yeah,
is
right.
the best. Like right there, it's a little dark on the corners, but you can add a few green colors, so it works.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
but your green screen lighting is actually on point. I was gonna say earlier when you first joined, like that green screen looks pretty good, right?
It does.
I
I
went
mean,
through some things.
the lines are crisp around your body. Like it's really.
Yeah, but when they want a green screen right in the hair area is not so easy.
Oh.
No, I
yeah.
imagine not, right? Because of all the texture right
Yep.
in there.
And if you're
All right,
bald
guys,
in
I'm
the
gonna go yell at the microphone and make some videos.
Hey, I'm subscribed and notifications are on. I'm sorry I wasn't subscribed sooner, but I'm
Same here,
looking
man.
forward to seeing your
Same
stuff,
here.
man. And please go live sometime this week, okay? And I'd like to come in and say hello.
I don't really go live, but
Yeah,
if
I know,
you wanna
but I
chat
don't
with
care.
me
Just
on
go live.
Discord, if you want to chat with me on Discord, tell Sneaky to message me on Discord because I have a lot of friend requests, so and I'll accept those.
Sneaky's got it. He's an awesome guy. He's
I
already.
think
heard
I have
you, and he's already on it.
GMAntonZ on there. I don't remember.
Yeah, Sneaky's on the money,
I
man.
think so.
All right. Cool. I will see y'all later. Had fun.
All right.
Good chats.
Have a good
Bye,
time,
man.
man.
See you later.
Take care. Good guy.
There we go.
Cool guy.
Good
Yeah.
guy, yeah, good
Yeah.
guy.
Oh,
I met him through Iggy Fresh.
Really?
I mean, I knew of his channel. Yeah, I knew of his channel before. Obviously, he's one of the bigger YouTubers. I think when I came across it, he was still under 1 million subscribers. Now I got to think back to like years of when I first started. But yeah, I came across like his channel and stuff, and then talking to Iggy Fresh, I realized that they knew each other as well, right? So I kind of met him through Iggy Fresh. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of fun. Like it's fun like to meet fellow YouTubers and people that are even like doing the same niche, right? And are doing same sort of, I don't want to say same content, but like we're still sort of doing the same mods or similar mods, right? Godzilla, whatever it is, right? Sonic, Thomas the Tank Engine, right? Obviously everybody's got their spin on it, but it's kind of cool to like meet other people that are doing the same thing,
Yeah,
have conversations with
and-
them, like what's working, what's not working, what do you recommend, what do you see?
Yeah.
How's your channel doing, right? Like what's your click-through rate like, right?
And you
it's
want to
just-
know what's crazy is all of us that have GTA-based material still have our own spin on it. Like we
yeah, right?
it could still be completely different. Like it's just crazy at how many content creators are out there with that are just specifically GTA 5. And
like we're all technically competitors, right?
Yeah,
If you were
yeah,
to
I mean,
say, you make
yeah.
GTA 5 content, I make GTA 5 content, but at the same time, like I've always been subscribed, I guess, to the idea of like the tide lifts all boats, right? So like I want to do well, I want you to do well, because if you do well with your GTA 5 videos, chances are my videos might get recommended and do well, right?
Right.
So it's like let's all come together and figure it out and grow our channels together, because I think there's enough of the pie for everybody, as opposed to going like, oh no, this guy makes GTA 5 videos, I'm not talking to him, and you make GTA 5 videos, I'm not talking to you either, right?
Yeah.
Like, none of that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always enjoyed like chatting with fellow YouTubers, and you just never know what, 2 heads, 3, 4, 5 heads are better than one.
that's true. I like getting
right.
insight. I like getting insight from successful YouTubers, and I mean I consider everybody in here to be a successful YouTuber. Sean Z Gaming is screaming, Anton!
Sean Z! Sean Z! He's one of my big supporters on what's the word I'm looking at? Discord. Just like
Oh, okay.
On Discord as well. Yeah, he's always hanging out in the Discord server too, so I know exactly who that is.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got Hash. I was just reading what Hash was saying. Anybody else got any questions for Anton? Where to get that mug?
Time is running out.
Where can we pick up that mug? Do you have a merch store?
GMAntonZ mugs are available at gmatonz.com/shop.
Oh.
Get yours today.
There you go. What do we charge for plugs, CJ? It's like $25 a person, right? Per plug.
Yeah.
Oh, bye. I gotta go. See you guys later.
Something in that area.
Or mod. We'll take mod as collateral too. You know.
You could have asked for like $5,000 or something.
I said $25. Just enough for a quarter tank of gas. That's all I need, Anton. I'm not. Jeez. Funtown US. Anton does not know who you are. Funtown US.
Funtown. I know who Funtown is.
He knows who you are.
I know Funtown. Funtown is always hanging out in Discord. Funtown is always hanging out in the live streams as well. He's one of my members. I know who you is. I know. Actually, it's funny. Actually, a lot of people a lot of people will come onto the live streams and they'll be like, "Oh, do you remember me?" And I'm actually quite honest about it. Like, if I don't remember you, I'll say no, I don't remember you.
Yeah.
But it's actually, there's a lot of people that I do remember, even if they've only been on the live stream like a few times. I'll see the username and I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this person. So genuinely, when people ask me like, oh, Anton, do you remember me? A lot of times, like whenever I say yes, I'm like, a lot of times, like I actually do remember.
Yeah.
I might have seen you in a
Some
previous
people will
one
ask.
or like two
Yeah,
before,
some people
right?
ask even though they were just in your live stream yesterday. Hey, do you remember me? You're like, yeah, you were here yesterday. Of course, I remember you.
You're a member, and you
you're
super chat. I think I remember you, right? But of course, there's always the regulars, right? Like Sean Z, Funtown US. Like I have a lot of regulars that watch him, like regular members that will always hang out, right, and watch the live streams. But yeah, like I said, there's always even people that are not regulars, but I'll be like, oh yeah, I do remember you. Like I remember you from a couple of streams ago. Or some people that actually, I find that too sort of fascinating with YouTube is people will watch, then they stop watching, then they take like a break for 8 months, whatever it is, 6 months, right, a year, right, and then they come back and they start watching again, right. And I've had some people that like watched me back in the day, and now they're back and they're like, wow, your channel is so different now, and I like it, or maybe I don't like it anymore. But yeah, they come back and they start watching again. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Like, you're always welcome to come back. You know where to find me. But it's kind of cool that people, like, I guess, take a break. Because you get bored, or you sort of get, you want to watch some other content. It's perfectly fine, right? But then you come back and you're like enjoying the videos again, and that's great. Like, I love seeing some of those people back because I'm like, oh my god, I remember you from like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
you
right.
were a regular back then.
Yeah, I've had people pop in and say, hey, what's up, Jeffrey Gaming? It's like, holy shit, like, wow, where have you, haven't seen you in a while. Like,
where have you been?
I let them know that I remember them without them even asking, hey, do you remember me?
I've had some like great regulars over the years, right? Some people that have watched and that have like sponsored and have super chatted so much, and then for whatever reason, again, they stop watching. Maybe they move on again, different time in their life, right? There's something going on, right? But yeah, every so often they pop back in, and it's like I'm so glad to see them, because I'm like, oh my god, I remember you again from 2-3 years ago. You're like always there every day, watching and commenting and chatting in the live stream and dropping super chats and stuff, right? So and that's the thing, it's like there you are, you're here, and I remember you, right? So it's always great to see like people come back.
Yep. Somebody wants to know where you got your Star Trek picture behind you.
My Star Trek picture behind me was, so I got it framed because I bought it online, and I do not remember exactly where, but there was a website that I found where it's like a guy that does it basically at his house, right? Like he essentially replicates these Star Trek. If I move over to the side there, it's like the displays that you see in starships, right? And Starship Enterprise, right? It's those displays that you see them when they're like working and pushing all those buttons and stuff, right? So he essentially creates these posters at home, and he basically takes them and replicates them from like the movies and the TV shows, right? And then makes them into like these posters. And then I saw one. I thought that'd be kind of cool to have on the wall. So I bought it, and it just comes into like in like a tube. So, and you roll it out, and then I just got it framed here in Toronto.
Would you ever give it away? Would you ever give it away if you ever did go with your logo behind you? Would that be like a?
Would I give it away?
Like an Anton, like a channel giveaway, like a, like
a signed, autographed.
Oh yeah, dude, that
poster.
would be totally cool, man.
That would be good, man.
That would be cool.
Maybe something that could be an idea, right? You never know.
We'll have to fix that so I can win it. Sorry. Just joking, everybody. Just
and
joking.
the random winner of this giveaway
It's
is
Jeffrey Gamer. Wow.
Jeffrey Gamer. Oh, wow. How did that happen? All right, congrats.
No, he didn't just PayPal me money. What are you talking about?
You know, yeah. What are you talking about?
Oh
right?
my God. CJ, you got any questions for Anton over there? I got a few over here, but I want to see if you have any questions from your folks over there. Cooks, do you have any questions?
Honestly, I don't. I think I asked all of mine the first time.
Did you? You probably need
so, yeah.
to tip your camera down there, Cooks.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
I might just also need to.
Just a little bit. What Keezy
I always
says,
try to
what
make
is...
sure my camera's set to my top of my chair and it shows from that part down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always try to make sure.
What?
You always got to be angled correctly.
Yeah. Framed. Right.
Framed. Yeah, sure.
What is your advice on YouTubers that work a full-time job for the government? It sucks because I have to watch what I post and say. This is my biggest issue. Last year I deleted my channel because he talked to his HR department about his channel because someone reported it. So
really,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, I don't know if Anton works for the government, so I don't know if you would even know the answer to.
I don't really know the answer. I mean, I'd imagine if there's probably areas such as the government where you're probably not really allowed to have something like a YouTube channel, and there's really only one way to go about it, I suppose, is you have to hide from the government. Which is not necessarily maybe the best advice that I can give you, as the FBI knocks down your door. But yeah, I mean, I can totally see that happening, especially, I can see that happening in some industries or, places like the government or even, probably even private sector where you have probably certain jobs, responsibilities where maybe you're not really, allowed to have a YouTube channel. So I don't really know how to answer that question. I guess you can't really run a channel in that case. Or I suppose, I guess the only other thing you could do is, the government, please don't send drones to kill me.
You're going to hear...
Because, this conversation is being recorded by the NSA.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Hey. Especially now that I mentioned them.
They see everything.
But no, I guess you just don't have, don't show your face, right? Like no one will know your voice. I mean, unless you have a very distinct voice, right? It's very hard when you're watching a gaming video and there's no face on the screen and there's no face associated with the channel. You won't really, no one can know for sure, right? Even if it sounds like you, no one can be 100% certain that it's you, and no one can say oh my God, that is you, Bob, and you have to, delete your channel, right? It's well, prove it, right? And I suppose if, if they work in the government and they just go to the NSA, they probably could prove it. But, I digress. But, I think that's probably the best advice then, is if you really wanted to run something, is just don't have your face associated with anything. And don't say who you are, and come up with some sort of a nickname that no one will really associate to you, and then just create content as that person, right? As that, it's like it's like anonymous authors, right? When they write a book, right, and no one knows who it is, right?
Well,
get you a fake ID and all that stuff.
There you have it.
Right.
There you have it, Wikizi. I hope that answered your question.
Don't take that advice from me. Do not take that advice. Do not take that
come back on you.
Yeah.
Favorite NFL team? Does Anton have a favorite NFL team? It's the Buffalo Bills, right?
I laugh because I don't have a favorite team of any kind. I don't like sports. I'm not into sports.
No.
The only sports I watch are the Olympics. Really. So that's really the only sports I'll ever watch. But yeah, when people ask
winter,
me favorite,
summer, both.
Both. I'll do both, right? We just had the winter games actually, right? That happened.
What's
right?
your favorite event from each one?
You know what? So I really like the. Oh my God! Now I can't remember what it's called. But there's in the winter one. There is the event where is it called snowboard cross? But basically there's I think usually 4 or 5 athletes and they're on snowboards.
It's like
and
X Games, right?
Well, I mean, I guess they have the same event in X Games, but they essentially start at the top of the hill and then they race each other on snowboards down a course.
That's crazy.
With jumps and everything.
I've seen
and sometimes
that,
people go down. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You're essentially racing on a snowboard and they're going really fast speeds, right? So Like that one is one of my favorites. I like watching that one. And then actually in the summer games, the Tokyo ones that got postponed, watching them last year, I really liked like they had like a mountain bike race where again there was like a bunch of athletes on mountain bikes and they had to go through like the forest and there was like a really rough course with again big like drops and everything and people were like slipping it and all.
Those mountain bike courses, they're literally riding on boards. Like, they'll go through the trails and shit and hit these jumps, but then they got to go through this obstacle course of these 2x4s that have bumps.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
They got bumps on them, and it's like, how are you staying on this 2x4? But these guys are also fit, and, my weight displacement's a little different when you put me on a mountain bike. I need a sidewalk or a road. I won't do too good on 2x4s, so.
The little tricycle, right, guys, with some wheels in the back.
Let me get a 3-wheeler. That'll definitely be better. Even 4 if I could. Even 4 if I could.
So that's me in sports, right? And I remember when the Raptors won, I don't know, championship. I don't even know what it's called. When the Raptors won the NBA championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like a huge thing because it's like the Toronto Raptors. It's our team right here, and everybody was going crazy. I was like, all right.
How far do you live from the stadium?
I was right here in the city, right? It was like in downtown.
Yeah.
Like the where they
downtown
play
Toronto is beautiful, by the way. Right. If you've never been there, I love. It's almost like a Times Square. Like when I went there, we went to this really big open area. I forget what it's called.
Dundas Square is probably.
Is that what it is? It's just a big open area in between these buildings and.
Yeah, Dundas Square.
Yeah,
and it kind of looks like Times Square with all the screens and stuff everywhere.
Yes. And we went to a TGI Fridays there, and we sat right up against the window, and we actually got stuck in Toronto for 2 days because the battery on my father-in-law's car, who we drove his car down there. We went down there for a concert, and in the car died, and we didn't know where the battery was, and it was crazy. So we were stuck there, and we had to use Wi-Fi from McDonald's, and it was the craziest time, and it was raining, but it's beautiful there. It's beautiful there. I like it.
I guess
McDonald's Wi-Fi is terrible.
McDonald's Wi-Fi is terrible. When you live here, it's like it's different because you're so used to it, right? To me, it's like whatever. Downtown, like I don't go down there. That's the sketchy area. Like
right.
That.
Right.
But it's just different when it's different when people come to the city, right? And then they visit and they're like, oh my God, it's this, that, and the other, right? It's the CN Tower and everything else. And I'm like, CN Tower, whatever.
Yeah. Boo.
Yeah.
You ever been to New York City?
I love New York City.
Oh, me too.
Yes.
I drive through there like I lived there all my life. I could really just drive through there. And my wife is like, I don't know how you're doing this. 5 minutes behind the wheel for her in New York City, she'd be balled up crying because, that's what she said. I'm not saying that's how she would react, but yeah, that's what she said.
I drove through New York City. I loved it. There was like no problems at all. People are like, oh my God, if you're not from New York, never drive through New York City. I drove it. I'm like, but it's like it's nothing.
You'll use your horn. One visit to New York City, I've used my horn more in one day than I have my whole life living here. Like, honest to God, yeah. Like, you are just, and by the time, when you first get there, you're like, oh, sorry, sorry. A day or two there, you're like, whatever, get out of here. And you're laying on your horn, so, which you have to
The craziest experience for me was getting into the Lincoln Tunnel because it's like 15 lanes merging into like 3 lanes. So it was just like cars everywhere. And no one is like letting anybody in. So everybody's just trying to, nudge their way in there. That was like the most intense experience, trying to like nudge because the cars are literally like inches away and there's a guy over here and somebody's over here. And I'm
then you
trying
got the
to
tour buses. They fly through like they're driving a moped,
Right. It was nuts. But other than that, it was, and again, I managed through that no problem.
Yeah.
But it's like, other than that, I thought New York was like, I'm like, really? It's like nobody here. I'm driving through the city like by myself pretty much.
Love New York City. Absolutely love New York City.
With living in New York, I've never been in New York City.
Really?
Really? Oh my God.
Oh man, Cooks, you gotta go there. You gotta go. Everybody should see New York at least once.
I would move to New York City.
I would too, like, if it wasn't insanely expensive and my wife was willing to go. That's an important.
Don't forget about me.
That's an important part of it. No, she would never want to move to. She wants a down south country home land, You know, where I would love that too, but just I don't know what it is about New York
It's
City.
different from New York City, that's for sure. That's a different
and
experience.
the funny thing is I had a massive, not a massive panic attack, but a really bad anxiety the last time we went there because it's a culture shock when you first, because I usually take the Lincoln Tunnel. So when you go through the Lincoln Tunnel, you're entering through Jersey, where it's a little busy, the highway is, but you know your surroundings is kind of rural in some
a little
sorts,
bit.
you know?
Yeah.
And when you come out of the Lincoln Tunnel, it's like you're in a whole new day. It's skyscrapers and horns and sirens and cars and this and this, and
Because it's like a canyon of like
it's
like
literally
concrete, right?
yes, literally, and it's just an overload on your brain. And CJ, you ever been there?
New York?
You've never been there, right? You said.
That's the only part of the USA I've never been to.
Oh,
I've been
man.
out through Oklahoma. I've been to California. I've been to Arkansas. I went and seen the Grand Canyon. I went and seen Mount Rushmore.
You gotta go
I've
see
been
New
to,
York
I've been to
City sometime.
Yellowstone Park when I was a kid. My parents did a lot of traveling when I was little, and we went even up to Washington State, up in that direction. But I've never been through New York. I would love to. I wanted to
It's
go.
an experience.
Yeah, I
experience.
really want to go and see where the Twin Towers, because I know I think they have lights there that shine up now.
It's
I
big holes in
wanna
the
go
ground
there.
now. They're big
Yeah, I
square
don't know if they
holes
have
in the
the
ground.
lights, but they have like the big holes where the buildings used to be. Right?
Yeah, they do the
Yeah.
lights only once a year now. They're
Oh,
not.
on
Yeah, they're not
today,
there all the time. Yeah, they'll do them
Okay,
on
they'll
September
have
11th.
those,
They'll do the lights, but it's pretty cool because they have the holes where these buildings once sat, and then if you go down into the
crazy.
museum, the 9/11 museum is actually built under where the 9/11 towers were,
Under all that rubble,
and the
yeah.
parking. You can see the tie rods going into the wall where it would hold the structure into the parking garage.
Oh
So
my
you're
God.
literally walking through where, I hate to say it, thousands have died. And my wife, she's a very spiritual person, and she says she can feel that energy of the lost lives there. And there's certain parts of that place where you cannot help but shed a tear of just because of the.
Well, there's no telling how many people they
magnitude.
really didn't find. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh,
there
yeah,
was
there's-
so many people that went down when those towers.
Listen, they got
dropped.
a
So there's
wall.
no-
They got a wall full of pictures, a lot of pictures of those that were never found. Just like you just said, they're still missing to this day. That were
That's
last seen in the towers. So, but we don't want to get too. Yes, Wikizzi, New York at night is amazing, and it's still loud. You'd be surprised. You'll walk out to the balcony of
very
your
loud.
hotel at 4 a.m, and it's still sirens and people and horns and
The
cars. And
city that never sleeps.
it never sleeps, and you hear a lot
Never
of brakes
sleeps.
squealing.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised at how many brakes you hear squealing in New York City. But
And there's always a siren somewhere in the background.
always,
It's like,
man,
It's like there's like
always.
speakers installed in New York that just play
Yeah,
sirens
just
all the
like-
time. There's
it
always
helps
like a
them sleep.
siren somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a sound machine that just generates, random
If there's
siren
no
noises.
sirens, New Yorkers are playing sirens on their phone, and they're just
Right, yeah.
they're happy. They're going to sleep.
If there's no sirens in New York, something is weird is going on.
Something's wrong. Yeah.
wrong.
Man. CJ, you got anything you want to add before we?
That was something I wanted to ask Anton. I can't
I'm
remember
sorry.
what
I've
it
been
was.
blabbering. I'm so sorry. I've just been.
No, you're good, man.
I've just
No,
been blabbering
it's
away. I'm
exciting.
sorry.
I know it's exciting to have Anton here. I do know that. I had a question for you, but I can't quite recall
Next time.
what it was. Yeah, or maybe I'll just DM you because we're friends on Discord. So if I think of it, I'll
Right, or
DM
that.
it to you. I got this new headset with my new PC that my graphics card. I got a brand new PC, Anton.
Oh, nice.
And I
What did
didn't
you
have
get?
it 2 days. I got it through iBuy Gaming, and I have
Okay.
all top of the notch stuff. But the only thing in that PC that I was kind of a little lenient about was the graphics card, because this is a 3090, but it was a Gigabyte brand.
Holy
the
shit!
brand
It does,
Gigabyte.
Gamertron.
It
I
went
didn't
out
even
on
realize
that.
that.
After 2
CJ's
days, the
voice
graphics
is
card just
way
went
different
out.
now.
I gotta call them tomorrow morning. I got to call them tomorrow morning, and because I got a 3-year extended warranty for parts, labor, and all that good
Yeah,
stuff.
so yeah.
So I'm
covered.
gonna call them. But the thing is, man, it takes 2 people to lift this thing. It's so heavy, and when
Wow.
I turn it on, it's all RGB. Even the power supply is RGB. It's everything I need. It's
Wow.
i9-12.
Ooh,
It's
excuse
got
me.
32 gigabytes of RAM, but it's got 4 slots where I can put 2 more 32s and have 128. It's got a 3090 graphics card in it, which went out in less than 2 days. But I'm gonna I think I'm gonna have them put in a different brand, maybe like an EVGA or an MSI graphics card. And I'll just tell them just put
Asus
in
as well. Like Asus, I've never had any problems with Asus graphics cards.
What's that?
Asus graphics cards, right? I've never had any problems with that brand either. Like the one that I have now in mine is a 3080, and that's an Asus one as well.
See, that's what's in this one right here, the one I'm using now. I had to hook my other PC back up, and it's got a 1660 Super in it, and it's Asus.
Yeah.
And I've had this PC for almost 2 years. I've never had any issues that so I might have them put one of those in there, maybe like an EVGA.
Oh, I'm an EVGA.
But I have
EVGA
not
fan.
heard good things about Gigabyte at all. There's so many bad reviews on that, and I do mean a ton on them.
I told you my Gigabyte motherboard I had was garbage. When I had this built, my Gigabyte motherboard was garbage, and I mean everything was running slow as a snail. And I'm telling my buddy, like, you know, I've got the i9 124 gigabytes of RAM, and just all the stuff that I should be having lightning speed.
Yeah,
And
it
this
should
thing
be
is
like lightning fast.
this thing is slow as shit. And once I got rid of the Gigabyte motherboard, I'm sorry, I went and got an MSI motherboard, and it was like night and day. It was night and day.
See,
Yeah.
that's what's
Alright,
in the
no-
new
note
one.
to
I got
self,
the
no Gigabyte.
MSI Z9. What is it, like the MSI Z90?
I've got the I got the Z490A. The box is right there. The
Maybe that's what
Z490A
it
Pro.
is. Yeah, maybe that's
Yeah.
what it is. But it's an MSI motherboard. I wanted to make sure.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got an MSI motherboard. But this PC is beautiful, man. When it lights up, I even got the LED strips for the side of it, so the whole PC is lights. That's all it is. And
I'm gonna have to step up my light game by the sound of it.
Nope.
Like you got it.
Your light game is top. You're
Holy
you're the
moly.
godfather when
Yeah,
it comes
your
to
light-
light game, dude.
yeah,
I love it.
Your lights are awesome.
That sounds like the perfect GMAntonZ PC. Lights, lights, and more lights.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to
I
playing
was-
with this app.
It would fit perfect for you because it's all everything in there. The fans, the even like I said, the power supply, the motherboard, everything is all RGB. But it was kind of disappointing to only have it not even 2 days in the video, and the graphics card goes out. I'm
Yeah,
playing
that's-
it,
yeah,
and all of a
that
sudden
sucks.
there was no video. So I got a call. Unfortunately, it happened Friday, and they were already closed.
Of course.
So I'm having to wait this whole weekend. I got to call them first thing tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, which I'm up at 7:30 every morning anyway. So I'm gonna call them and get it shipped back. I got to have somebody help me lift it though. That thing is a beast. It's heavy.
Yeah, I can imagine with all that hardware in there. But hopefully you'll get that figured out. It just sucks that it just died on you like 2 days in, right before the weekend. I mean,
I was having
talk
so
about
much
bad
fun
luck.
with it too. The only game I got to play on it was Ready or Not. That was it. But
Yeah.
the graphics were amazing. They were amazing.
Don't ever
They were
play it again.
so
That game broke your
good, yeah.
computer.
They were so clean, man. They were so clean. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
where are you
couldn't
gonna
figure
where are you
out.
gonna put it? Are you gonna put it behind you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some 3.0 extension USB extension cables, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it behind me so that the subscribers and everybody can see it.
Can
'cause
see it, yeah, because I was
yeah.
gonna
it
say with all
is
the lights in there,
so-
it's perfect.
Man, but I worry about as heavy as it is. I mean, this desk right here is pretty sturdy.
I'm gonna
The
say
one
hopefully it
that,
doesn't like break your desk.
yeah,
I know,
I
right?
thought about putting it like maybe moving my laptop because I got my old laptop right here,
Mm.
and maybe putting it like right here, but directly where the camera can see it. Because
Well, the only
it-
thing is, it's gonna if you put it there, I think it's gonna block the way you're sitting. You're gonna block it, right? 'Cause you
Yeah,
can't
100%.
Oh,
right
that's
there.
true.
I think
yeah,
right
so
where
it
that
might have
fan
to
is
be
is perfect. Man.
Yeah,
right
like I was
here.
gonna say,
Yeah.
if you go to the side, right? That there,
Yeah.
like that corner would be perfect because then you're sitting in the middle, and over your shoulder will be the amazing looking PC.
That's true. Yeah. I got my X. I'll have to move. I'll probably move my Xbox.
Yeah, Don.
Got the
It-
rearrangement
yeah, that's
things,
totally
yeah.
what it is,
Yeah, I'll probably
Don.
move my Xbox over here, and I still play on my Xbox to this day. Sometimes when I get time, whenever I have time, which isn't much. I don't have
Yeah.
much time.
Time
The
is
joys of
important.
being a YouTuber.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Time is
Plus,
vital.
family life. I have
Right?
I have 4 girls. I have all girls. I have an 18-year-old who's about to graduate high school next week.
Nice.
She's going to college to be a social worker. I'm super proud of her. She's a good student, good kid, very respectful, good head on her shoulders. I've got 3 other girls that's 10, 9, and 3 years old.
wow.
My 2
You
middle
got your
children
hands
who
full.
are 10 and 9 are actually belong to my wife when I met her, and I just adopted them last year. So
okay.
they are officially mine. So, but But yeah, man, I still can't remember the question.
That's
I
okay.
cannot remember.
We'll save it for next time. We'll save it for another appearance on Meet the Gamers.
Yeah,
it'll
man.
come.
We gotta have you back, man.
Yeah,
we gotta have you back. Yeah.
It'll be an annual thing. We'll make it an annual thing. I always love having you on here. We're like we're 3 minutes past. CJ, I think it's whose turn is it?
I did it last time.
And Cooks did it before you, right? I think it might be my turn. Well, first, you, Anton. Do you have anything you would like to say to anybody? Plug your channel, like nobody's not already subscribed to you.
Well, it's you can find me. No, it's I think a lot of people. I mean, everybody knows right where to find me and stuff, right? And there's a lot of other great YouTubers out here. Present company included as well, right? Lots of content for everybody to enjoy. So you guys go out there, watch some videos, and find the YouTuber that's right for you, that you really like. But no, thank you guys for having me on the, there you go. Thank you guys for having me on the show yet again. It was exciting to hang out with you guys. I really enjoyed it as last time. And yeah, let's do this again, whether it's a few months from now, whatever it is, I'd love to come back.
And next week, we'll see you next Sunday.
I'll be here every Sunday. I'm just going to move in, right?
It's a fourth host. Screw it. Why not?
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll make Anton the fourth host.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was a blast having you, and I know Cookies, you came late, but it's always amazing rolling with you, and of course CJ, always a pleasure rolling with you. Anton, if you're ever interested in 5M, come see me. Okay, I know a really great guy who would love to see you in his server in SLRP. So if you're ever looking for 5M, just come see me, okay?
Okay, so maybe we'll talk. Maybe we'll talk.
Yeah. Man, could you imagine Anton in 5? I mean, that would just be, to be able to converse with you in SLRP in 5M would just be, if I pull over a car and it's your Bob character, you know what I mean? Or that would just be.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I always like to do like civilians more than I ever liked playing as a cop.
Then there you go. I mean, it's great because you don't have to put the mods in. They do the work for you. All you're doing is logging onto the server, creating a character, and having a ball with it. You know what I mean? So if you ever think, if you ever think about that, let me know, and I'm more than happy to. More than happy to send you the information that you would need to get in there. But Anton, I appreciate you coming in. It's always a pleasure talking with you, being in your presence, just like it is being in your live streams, man. And if King Crane is still still watching or sees this later, I thank you for coming in as well. Golly, you realize that between the two of them, we had a lot of stardom. I mean a lot of stardom up in the show tonight. That was pretty crazy,
It's just a couple of regular guys.
Just some regular guys. You know how
regular guys.
Mark D, I will see you there. Fester, I'll be talking at you, Fester. You better stop it, Fester. And congratulations to Hashtag's daughter, who graduated college yesterday, and your niece who graduated college today. That's absolutely amazing.
Nice. Yeah, congratulations.
Yes, to everybody out there, thank you for tuning in. All the sponsors, all the supporters, all the moderators. Thank you. We love you so much. Until next time, take care, stay in prayer, love one another, and peace out. Later, everybody.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Deep inside, you wanna cry. Dealt the wrong hand. You gotta find a way to survive. Deep inside, you wanna cry. Dealt the wrong hand. You gotta find a way to survive.
inside, you wanna cry.